up, everybody? We are back live after being off for a few weeks with another Beer Flow Thursday night stream. Welcome back, everybody. Actually, I've been out of commission a little bit with my wrists and stuff, so just started getting back to doing some of the other videos just a little more recently, but glad you guys are going to tune in and check out some of the stuff we'll talk about with some of the beer and get caught up on a few things here. Welcome to Eric. Welcome to Todd. How you guys feeling tonight?
I'm ready to drink some beer, brothers.
I hear that. Todd mutes himself all the time. He doesn't realize that he mutes himself, which is hilarious. So if you're new to this show, you'll get used to this as you watch.
I just like talking to myself.
So what were you saying there, or what were you murmuring?
Said it's Thirsty Thursday as usual.
As usual. So as some people would say, Friday Eve. So
Friday Eve.
This is like my freaking, I don't know, second or third week out of work. So I'm going back to work on Monday. That'll be a good thing because I don't know how people can. I know some people try to scam some of the stuff if they're like on disability or something and everything, but it just like drives me crazy being around the house, not really do anything. Like there's projects I would do if I could fully, but they're like, I can't really put too much weight on my hand right now still. So they're like, you're going back to work next week. They're like, oh, you can't lift anything more than 3 to 5 pounds and all that kind of stuff. Well, I just got to talk on the phone really and be able to type. As long as I can do that, I'm good. So I had to give them my Wall Street money never sleeps speech. I need to get back in there and make some money. So enough is enough. The recession's coming, don't you know? So tonight, I'm actually going to drink some of the beers. Actually, if you actually caught last night, and for those of you that did, I put a replay on the channel as well. But I was actually over on the Beer to Hops podcast, their show. They actually had me on as a guest last night and did about an hour and a half over there. And actually, the beers I'm drinking tonight are kind of the same ones I had there. But the first one I have here is the Catawba Island, the Sesh. It's the Scottish Ale, so it's a 7% ABV. So I'm going to drink one of these, get it started with, and then a couple of the other ones I have here are a little higher in ABV, but I'm still off work come tomorrow, so not like I got to pump the brakes at all. What do you guys got there you're cracking open tonight?
Go ahead, Todd. I'll let you go first, man.
I'm drinking Hoof Hearted Brewing Permanent Marker Pen Disguises. It's a 7% ABV IPA. I figure I had to put my camera on there.
There you go.
So,
oops.
Uh-oh.
I hit the wrong button. My bad. Still getting the producer skills down.
So they just hit our market, and this is the only can at this time that's available. So I picked it up yesterday, I think it was.
I was trying to get Todd on the solo layout, so then I lost him there. So been out of touch a little bit of time. What do you got there, Eric?
All right. So first of all, you got to zoom me in here real quick first here.
Oh, I'm ready for my close-up. I got prima donna.
Exactly, prima donna. Exactly. All right, guys, I got a special beer for you here tonight. This comes from all the way from St. Louis, Missouri. It's the Natty Daddy from Malt Liquor Tuesday, fools!
Should have known it was a setup at the time I hit the button.
Drum roll, please.
You say somebody's got to drink them, right? So
exactly, somebody's got to.
Eric's want to take one on for the team. What is that? 8.2?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, 8%. Okay.
Not sure what team he's taking one for, but
exactly. She's ice cold too. Ice cold.
It better be.
Hashtag Dirty Glass Mafia.
Eric's our guy that keeps his toe in the malt liquor pool, so to speak. So
actually, not bad. I don't see many bubbles on there. Oh, there's some. Not too bad. But.
Oh, you got Dirty Glass Mafia? Is that what you're afraid of?
Yeah, Dirty Glass Mafia.
Just be adding to the beer, probably.
Going to pour this one here.
Man, that's pretty tasty.
So this brewery is actually out of Clinton, Ohio. So I don't know if you guys have seen these before or not. Todd, you may have seen them in your area. I'm not sure though.
I don't think I have. It doesn't look familiar anyway.
All right. I picked it up when I did that trip to Columbus at the time. And I didn't know if they were over in Michigan or not yet. So
I'll admit I haven't done a whole lot of beer shopping, so they may have been here.
I don't need to do any more beer shopping. That's one of the things I said last night on the show. It's like I'm trying to buy any more for the year if I can get through some of the beers I have here. Kind of a pipe dream because I'm sure I will buy some more beer.
Now, I got to admit, I was trying to find Hurricane, but I couldn't find it, so I settled on for the Natty Daddy.
You could have just got a Four Loko seltzer called it right there.
No. Or the natural, what is it? The natural light seltzer?
Is it?
Yeah, there's a Natty Light seltzer. I think there's a couple different flavors of that one.
There is. Yeah. I've seen it and I'm like, ugh.
Doesn't Pabst have one now too?
Yeah, they do. Everybody's got one now. I think it just like in the last couple of weeks, it just exploded.
Yeah, exactly, Todd.
Crazy.
Yeah, that just tells you we've actually jumped the shark then. So
yes, exactly.
Let's get to that point. And checking out the comments as we get started here. Vanessa Kitty says hi, and I think she's still here. We started a little later, so I know she may have jumped off for a second, but she may still be there as well. Drewski Brewski in the house says cheers, gentlemen, as well. And then we just got Foamy Head in, who says, I'm having a Lecumber Brewing Full Nelson double IPA. Cheers. There you go. The Full Nelson. And let's see here. Drunken One is in the house. Says, hey, just pop it in to say, hey, thanks for swinging by, D1. Always good to have you, my friend.
What's up, Drunken One?
And everybody else out there. Yeah, so welcome. And if you're new to the channel, we definitely appreciate you swinging by to say hello, of course, and to join us for a little bit. We always do this on Thursday nights, usually at 9:15 Eastern, start a little bit later tonight, but kind of go from talking about beer to wherever it takes us down the road. So it's always a good time. And of course, if you do happen to tune in, remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We always love the comments, even though I get out of breath sometimes trying to read them all, but, I'll definitely do my best. And so our fourth man, Joe, who's not here, still missing action, might not be back to the fall, it seems. So we do miss him, but he's usually our comment guy there.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we may be actually meeting Joe here in the next month, hopefully. So, that'd be a cool get together and everything.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get down there too. I got the time off. It's just a matter of making sure that everything's cool and kosher when I get down that way. So,
yeah,
I still got to get my hotel and stuff booked yet. So, I probably should do what Joe did and book this hotel and then can within like the 10th. He said he could cancel it.
He said it's up to the 10th to cancel it. So
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I might just use that same hotel that he's got. I'll have to get the information from him.
The good thing, he has the Hampton Inn, I think he said.
Yeah.
So I think the Hampton Inn is that one that has like the free happy hours there.
Even better.
5 to 7. I think they made. I don't know if they do it on the weekends. I know during the week they do. Like guys that travel for the company will stay there because they get free beer at night and stuff. A couple hours, and you walk in there, there's a bar and stuff like that, and a lot of them too.
Yeah, Hamptons aren't too bad. They're pretty decent for a pretty decent price.
Yeah, that's where we're contracted through at work, Todd. So.
Oh, are you?
Yep. All those Hampton Inns, the Garden Inn, all those ones.
Yeah, everyone I've ever stayed in's always been kept up pretty good, and
yep.
And it's not way expensive, but it's not like the cheap of the cheap either. But it's a good middle of the road, middle ground.
Yeah. Let's see here. I got to give a shout out here too, if I can tilt it down here, because I do have the Afro Beer Chick shirt now. So,
nice.
Big shout out to Afro Beer Chick, who was on here a few weeks ago. Had to get one ordered off her channel as well, off her website, and hopefully get her back on here again at some point too. I did order the glass as well, which is coming separate, so I should have that here in a couple of days also. So if you guys haven't seen that video, great video to check out. Great thing to great person to check out her channel, what she does, and some of the beer stuff too. You can follow her on Twitter or her blog, or it's her main area. I think she has a Facebook page as well.
I think she does. I know she's got a Twitter account.
Yeah. Twitter is pretty popular too. So
yeah, she has Facebook also.
And then Drunken One says hello to Eric. and Todd. Couldn't put you
What's
guys in
up,
the same
D1?
line. Had to break it out there.
Exposure. Gotta have the exposure.
You got Cerebral Killer in the house. Hey, how's it going, guys? Great to see you. Thanks for being here, brother. Great to have you on. And Drewski says we have a Michigan man here. Cheers, bro. So yeah, Drewski's up there. And he says Saginaw area is where he's at as well. So I don't know how far you are from Saginaw, where you're in Lansing.
About an hour and a half north, isn't it, Drew?
Oh, wow.
About an hour and a half, 2 hours, right around there.
Not too bad. Yeah. So he drinks some of those good Michigan beers up there as well. So anybody else, whatever, let us know what you're having in the comments. Drewski, if you're actually drinking some stuff right now, which I'm pretty sure you probably are, let us know what you're drinking there too, as well as Cerebral Killer, who says he is actually in Georgia, Southeast.
Oh, nice.
Right here, Cerebral. Right here, buddy. Right here.
Yeah, I just uploaded today.
You guys are no.
You're on your own on that, Eric. I just uploaded earlier today the review from Sweetwater down in Georgia with the Jamaican Porter, finally, the Exodus, which was actually a pretty good one from them. It's not available, and now it's going to come back out, I think, again, probably around the spring, but it was so backlogged, which helped out when I had this injury. I could actually release stuff and have to worry about being right on top of it. So, but if you like a coffee porter, not a bad one to pick up when it comes back out as well. And so, how's your beer tasting there, Todd? How's it?
That's really good. It's not a lot of pineapple citrusy notes to it. As soon as I opened the can, I could just get the smell out of the can. It was, a lot of smell, and the taste follows right along with it. Very, very good.
Yeah.
First one I've had from them. I was kind of excited to hear they were coming to the market now. So hopefully, more will follow other than just this one offering, which I'm sure it will. But and also, sadly enough, until I saw this can, I actually always thought they were in Ohio, like in the northeastern part of Ohio or something. But they're actually in Bay Shore, New York.
Yeah, just a little further.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't know why. I always thought they were in Ohio for some reason.
Yeah, just to jump over Pennsylvania.
Right? Yeah, just a little stone's throw away. That's all. But good though. It's nice. Yeah. I like it. Heard a lot of good things about them.
This one isn't too bad. It's got a malty feel to it. You do get a little bit of a hop bite on it as well. But it's kind of got a syrupy type feel to it also. But it's a little lighter than what I would expect for some of the Scotch ales. But again, 7% ABV, but pretty decent. Do I need to ask Eric about his Natty Daddy? I don't really need to ask, do I? I mean, he's killing it though.
He is killing it. A couple of those in the PSA will be nice tonight.
There's only this one can, Tom.
Has it been a rough day at work there? You're crushing it.
Yeah. Has been, dude. We've been busting our balls at work.
It definitely happens. But yeah, kind of like I said, looking forward to getting back to work next week. It's kind of funny. I was actually out of work with this injury, and I had to take like 5 personal days. Oops, not my mic.
Mic drop.
Mic check 1.
Had to take like 5 personal days, and then it was like my short-term disability with our company kicks in, which I never was really thinking about. I never really got injured and stuff like that before, and never thought about really short-term disability. But for anybody out there, if you got it or you can get it, definitely get it. More people have accidents more serious stuff happening, I guess. So I've been in the insurance and investment industry for like my whole adult life, but it's kind of like one of those things you feel like you're never going to really use, but it actually did pay off for me, and it ended up saving me days for vacation days still later in the year that I can actually use. So, and then depending on how long you're with the company, a lot of them you're paid 100%, not a reduced rate, which is nice. So just one of those things out there, people always hate insurance for the cost of stuff, but it does hit sometimes. So I was definitely glad I had that there.
Yeah, I've got short-term disability, but it's not very costly though. It's only a few dollars a month, I'm thinking, for mine.
Yeah, I think it's not a few. I mean, you have the short term, you have the long term, which might be a little bit more, but yeah. But the short term can make that difference in there. So takes a lot of that stress off too, thinking about money or anything like that.
Yeah, I never had it before, and then I found out it was only like, I'm going to say it was $2 and some change. I know it was like, maybe $3 a month. I was like, shit, why not? Just in case.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know what's funny? Our company added another policy this year for accident insurance. That it was the first time they actually had it, and I actually just signed up. It was only like a couple dollars or whatever, and then I found out that fracture risk was covered under it. So that's something else that's going to help out there too.
Oh, nice.
For the medical stuff. But yeah, insurance is the one thing. It's like they gotta have shit. Like you really don't want to have it, but you gotta have it in case something happens.
Mm-hmm.
And when something does happen, you're happy you do have it. That's for sure.
Especially when it's paying 100%. There's no rush to get back, because you're getting your full amount.
Right. And then let's see here. And then Michelle Verico says, hi, Rajay. Hello, Michelle. And she says, cheers to y'all as well. So cheers, everybody. And Drewski Brewski's drinking Jim Beam and Corona.
Ooh.
I'm thinking two separate. You're not, or you put them together. It doesn't matter. You're drinking them at the same time.
A cuvee, having a cuvee?
Yeah. It's like, which one is chasing who in that scenario?
Yeah.
And the Cerebral says, I actually drink Blue Moon. If you can find it, try our Jekyll Island Georgia brew. I've heard about Jekyll Island out of Georgia, so I would definitely want to check that out if we end up getting some of that in distribution up here. Gilbert's in the house, says, cheers, fools, and go pack go with his salutation. Directed
the usual.
To one other Eric.
Gilbert, change your picture here, dude. It's football season. It's not hockey, buddy, all right?
I was going to say he needs to put go pack go in his picture there.
Yeah.
Just get it out of the way.
So you've been watching the football stuff more than I have, Eric, but like this whole thing, like Aaron Rodgers, I guess, was kind of like having to eat some of his own words and stuff. Like kind of, I don't know if you've seen it or not out there, but he kind of put stuff out there and then kind of like backtracked a little bit. They were talking about it like on Skip and Shannon, and they were talking about it before, like the one with Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Yeah,
basically, trying to talk all this stuff about. I guess they got different rules for who's practicing or who's playing in the preseason and stuff like that. He didn't like it, but it was some weird thing anyway that pretty much it made Rodgers look kind of bad on the back end. So I thought you being a Lions fan, you'd be all over that one. So like quit crying, little baby.
Aaron Rodgers is a little bitch, okay? And you can take that to the bank. He's
fighting words. Those are fighting words for Gilbert.
I would agree with you, Mike McCarthy.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. He's a whiny little bitch. Is what he is. Whiny little bitch.
Oh yeah, poor McCarthy. He got ran over like from the bus there for sure.
He's probably like, if I got to deal with that asshole, get me the hell out of here.
Let's see. Cerebral said the Jekyll Island Georgia Brie is called Brown Cooter. Yes, it's an actual beer despite the slightly inappropriate name. Slightly.
Slightly?
Oh, yeah. And let's see here. Eric Gilbert says Natty Daddy Sour. Well, technically, couldn't the Natter Day almost be a sour with their strawberry lemonade almost? So.
Oh, God. Don't give them any more ideas on what they've already got.
Gilbert's having a Fuller's London Pride. At least feeling special.
That's a good beer. That's a good beer.
And then he says, junior hockey starts in a month, sons. Go, Gens, go. And Mike McCarthy, who? So, how quickly he's forgotten there in Green Bay.
And why the Packers will be the fourth place in the division there, Gilbert.
So I'm trying to think about like some of the stuff we've missed since the last time we actually had the show. We did have Platform get scooped up under AB and Bev.
Yep.
So now they're in their arsenal of different breweries. When it happened, I was reading some of the stuff online because I wasn't back up to posting any of the videos yet or not, but I know you were getting kind of hit on their Facebook page for going under them. There was some debate on if people were going to drink them anymore or not drink them as much and stuff like that, since now they were kind of into that fold. I mean, Platform makes some good beers, so people are going to still drink them, I think. And so it's kind of like, here's another one that got scooped up by one of the big boys, which is going to help their distribution because they're not going to be under that umbrella and get shelf space they may have not gotten, I would say, without being under it. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
I just wonder how many people say that they're not going to drink them and then turn around and actually drink them.
The
Probably
same,
50%
the same
or
people
better.
the same people that line up for the Goose Island that says they hate.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Yep.
make an exception for the Goose Islands, but yeah.
You know, really, for the most part, the ones that they've scooped up so far, to me, what I've had hasn't really seemed to change any yet. Anyway, of course, for a lot of them, it's early on, so you usually don't start seeing those changes till after 3-4 years or something down the road. So,
Yeah, I mean, because they just got
the
scooped
problem.
up.
Yeah, I was gonna say the problem I have with it is the money in the end's going to a big conglomerate instead of, a single family type, whatever, couple guys that used to be home brewers starting their own business or whatever type company. But
Yeah.
if they're making good beer and you want to buy it, it's your money, buy it. If you like it, drink it.
Well, and at the end of the day, it is a business, right? So it's a business decision, and companies got to make these at certain points. And the thing I would say is it'll be interesting how, much going forward. Like for me, except I always try to go like with the local or the independent type beers, but I still drink other ones. I just did videos with Golden Road; they're under AB and Bev as well. So it's got to be for me something that has to make it stand out that I might want to give it a try. Something that may catch my attention. I don't know if you guys kind of look at it the same way. Like if it's just going to be a Pilsner, then I'm going to probably get a different type Pilsner. But if it's some type of specialty type beer, like the Goose Island in the Bourbon County, like people will treat that, they're going to try it because it's something different that other people aren't doing. So I think it just gets pushed to the back of the beers that I would search for or look to actually purchase. And I don't know how many people look at it that way, or if they just say, you know what, I don't really care. So I like Platform, I'll keep buying Platform.
Yeah, I kind of fall. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Todd. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of fall in the middle there on the same. I see both sides, like you're saying, right? Maybe you wouldn't be at the top of the list as before. Like Platform, everything I've had from them and have bought recently within the last 6 months has been great. And if I see something that's intriguing, I'll probably still pick it up. But you're right, it probably doesn't go to in the seek category where I'm out searching for it. You know what I mean? And saying that, in distribution type thing, like Wicked Weed, still haven't seen any of that yet anywhere. I don't know if anybody else is starting to see any of the Wicked Weed stuff since they've been bought out.
I haven't got any of the Wicked Weed here, which is weird. So
I was wondering what the play is there. But it's hard to say. Maybe they just wanted to be a footprint in that whole Asheville area in North Carolina. I don't know. Maybe eventually it will. Of course, it's only been it's probably going on 2 years since that's happened, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you would think it would be showing up more than it is. Now, the next time I go out to Jungle Gyms, I might see if they have it because they'd be the biggest place to actually get that. But last time out there, I didn't see any Wicked Weed out there from any of the North Carolina beers they had. So kind of surprising not seeing them out there because you expect that to be the case. You expect that's why they signed on. So, and people that people that have it seem to really like it. So.
I went to Wicked Weed Brewery. I guess it was a couple of years ago, about this time, when it first was taken over, or back in that summer when it took over, when it got bought out, and spoke to a guy there, and he's like, "Yeah, nothing's changed. We're doing everything as is. They've kind of left us alone." Of course, it was still fairly new then, and that's what they were saying that the play was going to be, was more so just just to buy another brewery and let it be as they were, just to have another, kind of portfolio in their book per se.
Right.
And it was more of a distribution play too, which, like I said, I haven't seen any of that yet. Which I when they do come, I will look to try to buy some of it, I'm sure. So
does like Miller Coors or Molson Coors do what InBev's doing, or have they said, you know what, that's their thing? We're not gonna play in that kind of realm.
I think Miller Coors has bought some under them as well, but I think AB and Bev's been the big player, buying a lot of them. Which actually AB and Bev is even American now because they're owned by overseas as well. But they made more play. I think Miller Coors has been making more of a play like in Canada on some of their stuff. Like Gilbert might see more of their stuff up there being done because up there they're actually looking to work more with the weed beer as well.
Because the only reason I bring it up is you never hear about Molson Coors or Miller Coors doing anything like this. It's always AB InBev you hear about.
Yeah.
buying it up.
Yeah. Yeah, they're buying a lot of the ones that are like the favorable kind of craft brew. I mean, maybe they got the biggest pocketbook of all the ones, the big three, but they know the ones to target. And they're the ones that they go after. I mean, surprisingly, they weren't able to get Lagunitas, and Heineken Europe was able to get them, which was nice. Because with them, my talks with them, it's not like they're competing against a lot of the American type stuff. It's really opening up markets for them overseas. So now they're getting in other areas over there in Europe and Asia and different spots that they weren't going to get with some of the other ones. So for them, it worked out well. And like we were talking, like people always think it's just Heineken that got them, like for USA, but like no, they're Heineken Europe that purchased them.
Yeah, when I was over in England, I seen Lagunitas over there.
Yeah, and that's probably why they got the deal to do the Newcastle Brown Ale, because they were bought by Heineken Europe.
And surprisingly, I seen Coors over there, Coors Light. I was surprised to see a big boy American beer over there, although it's probably worldwide. But I was surprised to see Coors on tap at that.
Well, I know in Canada, a lot of Canadian guys that drink some of the domestic, it seems like Coors Light's like one they still like up there too. So I think they get a lot of play out of there as well. Which, man, I can't even remember the last year I had a silver bullet. I mean, it was years ago.
I got some Keystones in the fridge here, right? I'll send you.
Oh, they're not silver bullets. Those
are the blue daggers.
I haven't had those in a while either, man.
It's a beer trade in the making.
Takes me back to the college years with that stuff, you know. Start sending Keystone, start sending Milwaukee's Best, and and I guess Froze is trying to come back out with some stuff too. So that's a throwback there. But they bring back Alex the dog, though. You got to bring back Alex. They're coming back, Strohs.
Yep.
Angel's in the house. Says, "Hey there, Rajay. Cheers, cheers, Angel. Good seeing you here." And one that we haven't seen in a while. We haven't been on for a while, but Elbow 88's in the house. Cheers to my favorite brew crew.
Nice.
Here
We haven't seen him in a long while.
Great to see you there, Elbow. Hopefully you're staying cool down there. I know it's been hot all around the U.S. I know Florida's been one of the hot spots. So hopefully things are going well weather-wise. Backwoods Billy in the house says, "Cheers, buddy." Cheers, Billy. Good to see you here, my friend. And then Gilbert did comment and he said, "Oh yeah, Molson buys everything." So in Canada, they're buying a lot of their stuff up there too. So
where in Florida is he at? Because he said he's getting wicked weed there.
Yeah, where are you at there in Florida, Elbow? I can't remember offhand. And Foamy says SAB Miller bought out Revolver Brewing out of Granbury, Texas. So Miller's made some purchase there as well.
Yeah, you just don't hear about them. You hear more about AB InBev more than you hear about more about AB InBev more than you hear about Molson or Pabst or any of the other ones.
Yeah,
buying craft brewery.
Maybe they're buying a little bit of the smaller ones, and AB's going for the larger guys, maybe, or the more popular ones. You know, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of it's definitely a good power play on their part for what they're trying to do. I mean, they're not going to make the craft, but they're getting to keep ones that are kind of seen as high in craft. So it's getting them into those other areas. You know, one of the things, again, last night when I was on the Beer to Hops, and if you guys haven't, they're watching, haven't seen Beer to Hops or their channel, definitely say check them out. There's a video that we did last night that I put on my channel, but also shared in the community tab. But check them out. 3 cool guys. They're just, I would say they're newer, like season 2 of what they're doing. So I guess they started last year, but they're just under 100 subs right now, but some really good stuff that we were talking about. So, if you get a chance, jump on their channel, give them a sub, see what they're doing over there as well. They have some really good people they're bringing in. I was a guest last week. The week before was Afro Beer Chick. Last season, No Hype Beer Reviews, Kyle was on the show. So some different stuff they got going on. And then Vanessa Kitty is back, says hi all. So she is back now. She probably went out to repair a truck or something, like
she changes the 4 tires like a pit crew. Went out, smashed a beer and come back in real quick.
There you go.
Yeah, she did something there.
I don't think there's much of anything she can't do.
And then Elbow said Tampa Bay area, so he has a Total Wine store there. Okay. Tampa Bay, nice area.
I was at the Total Wine store in Seattle, and God, dude, all the Bourbon County that was there, I was like, there's like cases upon cases there. That back home, it's just gone like that.
Because that's the location, right? You put it all in Seattle. Think of all the good breweries they have in Seattle, and they're like, we had it before. It's all right.
I was like, can you ship those 3 cases back, and I'll give you my home address?
Yeah. So just return them. Hey, elbow, real quick. Have you been to Cycle Brewing down that way? That might be St. Pete, but I know it's close. Comment if you can.
And
Cycle Brewing is amazing from some of the stuff I've had.
What all you've had from them?
They did a collaboration with Against the Grain. It was God, what was the name of it? Which was really good. Dose. What the hell was the name of it? I can't think of the name of it now. And it's been mostly a couple stouts. Also Angry Chair. If he's been to Angry Chair. Never been there, but I've had a couple of collabs with them. And everything I've heard from those guys are awesome too.
So another 450 North down by or 450 North-esque in Florida there, Todd?
I don't know. I know both those guys are big in the like stout barrel age stuff too. So interested to see what Elbow says if he's been to either one of those or had any of those. I don't think any of them distribute anywhere. So I know they do a lot of big brewery releases all the time though, or monthly or whatever the case may be.
I noticed the bourbon barrel stout thing, that little fad hasn't. Well, it's not a fad now. Everyone seems to like it, and it's here to stay. I thought it was going to be a fad, and then it just kind of kept growing and growing and growing. I mean, it's kind of plateaued now, but still kind of it's here to stay, obviously.
Yeah, thus far, it's still definitely out there as well.
Like I said,
things are fickle. Things are fickle with the consumer, so it could be here today and going tomorrow. Like I said, I think seltzer is going to start taking a hit next year.
Yeah, I want to see him do like a gin barrel and kind of vodka barrel, and we already know they do some tequila barreling. But I want to see him do like that brandy, that blackberry brandy or whatever brandy that was.
Oh, the one I sent you from Spain.
Yeah, whatever brandy barrel they aged that stout in, that was really good. I kind of want to see some brandy aging stouts.
Yeah, the one I had when Adelsberg sent me some beer, one of them they sent me was actually a gin barrel beer, and it was really good too. They're out of actually Texas down there. Yeah, Foamy. I don't know if Foamy had it. You may have had Adelberg's beer as well since you're in Texas, but they had sent me some a couple years ago, and it was really good. And I did the reviews on those. But yeah, I like to see more of that stuff happening. One of the things we were talking about yesterday also was that when I went to the last beer fest in Cincinnati, I've seen it more now where it's kind of, they did it last year and then this year, like Southern Tier has drinks they're releasing are kind of like a mix between beer and liquor. So they had like these bourbon blasts or these other ones that are like a margarita type thing or something like that. And then there's some other breweries like Evil Twin has their release coming out where they have like, I just picked up a couple like Negroni and Margarita. It seemed like there's certain a push, and there was another brewery. I can't remember the name of the other one, but they were starting to maybe target looking at this market to try to maybe play to what I would think might be the interest, maybe more of the millennials, because a lot of the millennials were trend wise looking more at some of the spirit drinks. So here's something to maybe try to get them into the beer and spirits together that they're working on. So it'll be interesting if that starts to pick up some more steam going into next year. But when I was at the beer fest, people were loving the Southern Tier drinks had there. I mean, they were like 8% ABV, but they were very smooth, very tasty. And after a few of them, you were like, oh, I'm taking that now.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah. But they went down so easy. They're like dangerous. And people weren't expecting them, It's kind of like they could hit you for sure if you know your tolerance.
Speaking of Southern Tier, Pumpkin, I was out weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw them both yesterday, Pumpkin and the Warlock right next to each other.
That was going to be my next question. Have you guys had a pumpkin beer yet this year?
No. It's too hot for me yet.
Do you see yourself having it like before, like say October or so? Do you get the yearning for it maybe?
Probably late. Go ahead, Todd.
I was going to say, shit, you almost have to, because by October, they're already bringing out the Christmas beers now.
I'm expecting Christmas ale by next week.
Yeah. I was like, geez, it's almost as bad as like the retail stores putting up their, Halloween to Thanksgiving to Christmas all within like a 2-week period there. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, and the Oktoberfest beers are in full flow now, which that makes more sense in that you're going to have that in the next few weeks here for the Oktoberfest celebrations kicking off. But I mean, when I got that one, I did the review on live from Sierra Nevada. That was like 9 days old, right? And I felt like that was like last month. It was like a couple weeks ago or whatever I did it, but feels like it was forever ago. And now it feels like oh, it's all late for Oktoberfest beers. It's going to be here,
Yeah.
Your whole time frame gets thrown off with everything taking place.
That's not a style. That's not a style I usually gravitate towards anyway. So I don't normally pick them up a lot anyhow. I do like this. I do like the pumpkin and the warlock, but
Yeah,
and
Warlock is
the
pretty good.
spooky tooth from Fatheads is excellent. I think.
Well, you get one of the Avery pump KYN.
Oh yeah.
It's like almost 17.3 or whatever. Yeah, you'll have a nice little sipper there. Watch walk.
Or
Yeah, that'll
the
warm you up
Rumpkin.
just a little bit.
Yeah, you'll be a little
The
warm.
Rumpkin, do they make the Rumpkin?
They make the Rumpkin, yeah, and they make that and the pump
Mhm.
in the pump KYN. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna chill for a bit with this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Chill a bit.
So I wouldn't say I won't pick them up, but it's not one I gravitate towards.
Yeah. So
A one and doneer kind of thing.
See somebody do a video of chugging one of those. So
I bet if you look, there's somebody who's done it.
Big shout out to Richie Z. Says greetings, Rod and friends. Welcome, brother.
What's going on?
What's up?
Give a little shout out to Eric Gilbert as well.
Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
To make Gilbert feel important.
Don't give him a bigger head what he already has.
Elbow, I said not yet. Talking about the brewery that you mentioned, Todd, but he said he's been to Three Daughters Brewery, Cycle and Escape. Definitely good breweries nearby. Cool that you know about them. Don't put it like that.
How's Three Daughters? I've heard. I think I've heard of them. If I'm not mistaken, I think I've heard some pretty good stuff about Three Daughters. Elbow, if you would put your take on them.
And Foamy said he did have some Adelberts. Good stuff. Yeah, they do some really good stuff. I would love to get more of their stuff. I wish I would have found some when I was in Dallas, but it looked like they had no distribution at the Total Wine that I was at. I'd have definitely brought some of that back. I like the Avatar, though, here, too. Come and drink it. I like that one, Foamy Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a new one you may have added. If not, I didn't notice it before, but I like that. It's got the 1 star there, like for Texas, so it's pretty cool. The Lone Star. But it was funny earlier because who said they were drinking a full Nelson? It was oh shoot, we missed Craig. Craig was in the house, sir. I didn't realize that. Hey, just hit the pillow. Have a great show. P.S. Joe's son, are you still drinking beer? We missed Craig earlier, so he might be off now, and he's 5 hours ahead of us. So over in the UK, but usually he's a night owl, so he must be really drained. He must have had a long day or whatever. But earlier, if we go back in the comments here, Foamy had mentioned it. He was having a full Nelson double IPA. So in seeing that, it's funny because I was looking through some of the beer news items, and let me go ahead and pull that up here too. I gotta go back and just click on this. So I can take that off there. And don't know if you had saw this story that took place earlier, but woman arrested for chugging beer like Steve Austin, then assaults her boyfriend.
Why did they take a picture of the dude for? If he was the one who...
Well, when you read the story, it's kind of funny because let me do this. I'm going to actually share it a different way because I want to be able to pull it in so I can play some of the thing from it too. There we go. All right. You guys can see that all right there? Okay.
Yeah.
When they called the police, apparently, well, let's go into the story here first. It says a Florida man trying to help out his girlfriend, drank too much, not a concern for well-being, told her as much. He essentially ended up holding her down, calling the police here. We'll skip over the passing out on the couch covered in Doritos and Papa John's garlic butter sauce and then peeing herself. So she was definitely a little drunk there, but apparently ended up hearing that she may have a drinking problem, became furious, responded to him by throwing her phone and hitting him in the throat. Then she followed him out to the garage of their Fort Pierce, Florida home, took 2 cans of beer, slammed them together and chugged them and proceeded to physically assault him. He later told police he then proceeded to Stone Cold Steve Austin my ass. Which, if you haven't seen Stone Cold Steve Austin, you got to see Stone Cold, right? So it comes down here. Let's see if it's trying to see if I can run it through the StreamYard, but it might be lagging a little bit. Let me see. Let me get that to play there. So this is basically his sweetie coming home to whip his ass. But anyway, well, I was going to try to play that, but it seems like it's the first time I tried to play something through StreamYard, but it's definitely a little laggy there. I thought I might be able to get away with it. But anyway, let me go ahead and stop doing that. Anyway, this woman proceeded to kick her boyfriend's butt and put the Stone Cold Stunner on him, I guess. But he did get her down when the police arrived. So you said, why is there a picture of him? Well, apparently he forgot to call that he called the police, because when the police came, he started fighting with the police that were taking her away.
Oh, geez.
So they both got arrested in that regard. So that's why they had the picture of both of them. So I always say, so it should be a saying, don't drink too much that your ass will get whooped. That should be a saying for everybody.
Maybe I need to do the PSA for staying at home too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't leave your house at all, or don't go from room to room.
Sleep it off.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So that was actually kind of funny there. But yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that story or not. It came out a little bit earlier today, but that's crazy. That's not in Florida. That's not an elbow state. So. And Elmo says, "Oh, gee, it's Florida man again." I don't know if you caught wind of that previously or not, Elmo, but that's pretty funny.
So what's more embarrassing about that he got the shit beat out of him by his girlfriend, or that the cops showed up and he had no clue that they were there to take her because he got the shit beat out of him?
Well, he had I guess you could say he had the smarts to try to call the police.
I didn't forgot though. That's what I mean. Like, what's more embarrassing? Like, oh.
Well, I'll say rather than trying to hit her, they're going to get in trouble for hitting her back. But then ends up fighting the police when they get there. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting tale there. So, but yeah, I wonder what they were drinking with their Papa John's and Doritos.
Something tells me they had the munchies and there was something else going on besides just alcohol.
When she opened the butter sauce, she put 316 on him or something?
Yeah. Might have been some natty daddy involved. Whoa!
Shots fired.
That might be in the Four Loko stages there, though.
That could be.
Let me see. Elbow said also 3 daughters, good stuff. Also, I like Coppertail Brewing in Tampa. That's another one out of Florida. And Gilbert says, I've been getting cars ready for Cars on King and Auto Fest at the lake in my hometown at Richie Z. Damn busy going Friday and Saturday in VIP treatment.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, nice.
VIP.
You get some photos, Gilbert. Make sure you put them on Facebook so we can see the cars and stuff you're going to have there.
Yeah.
Gilbert said, I'm going to have a huge head tomorrow with VIP. Yeah, you're going to have a huge head tomorrow with VIP treatment. but it's nice when you get it. Richie said nice as well. Let me say, I've had the avatar from the beginning. It's a play on come on and take it flag. It's from a picture of flag and Raw and Sons Brewing in Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know why. I didn't notice it before though. Maybe because of the way it's set up now, it stands out more where you can see it blown up on the screen. Did you guys notice his before like that?
I haven't. No.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy said having a problem with the internet connect. Yeah, it was something going on. I was trying to see how that. First time I tried to put video through here on StreamYard. Talking to the guys last night, it was able to go through, but I don't know what may have caused it to have an issue there. So I may have to work on that a little bit more. Richie says all-time favorite finishing moves for everybody in the stream. Ooh, good question there. Going to the wrestling, huh? All-time favorite finishing move. Let's see. What do you got, Eric? You got anybody?
The Macho Man's elbow drop.
Elbow drop. Simple but effective.
Well, pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good,
I
man.
like it. Well, when he gets up on the top rope and he just does this and jumps
Yeah, that's
up.
a good one. That's a good one. Man, that's a tough one there.
See, I'm kind of torn between the Rock and the Rock Bottom and the Undertaker and the Tombstone.
Tombstone was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
What about just the yellow leg drop from the Hulkster?
What about Randy Orton's RKO?
Right there? Yeah. Well, you have the Shawn Michaels super kick.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels super kick, yeah.
Kind of like the Bret the Hitman's finishing move there.
Go ahead, Todd.
Wasn't it like the reverse figure four or something like that, or whatever they called it? Forgot what he called it now.
For which wrestler? For
Bret Michaels.
Sharpshooter. It was a sharpshooter.
Yeah, sharpshooter. Yeah, there you go.
But Ric Flair had the figure four.
Yeah.
Flair was figure four, yeah.
I did like, and the name was just there and it just escaped me. Oh, crap. Who was in APA? Who was the two guys? Ron Simmons, and who was the other one?
And I'm trying the APA and the WWE or WCW.
Yeah, APA and WWE. There's Ron Simmons and shit.
I don't think I saw them.
Yeah, wasn't Rock part of that when they first? Wasn't that duo part of Rock when he first came out? Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Rock and
when he like Rocky Maivia or something like that, and then Ron Simmons, and maybe not. It could be somebody different.
I'm sure somebody knows in the chat. I just can't remember who it was.
I can't.
Because when he first came on the scene, he was with it was like a tandem of 3 or 4 guys before he broke out and become the Rock or whatever. I think
the big Stetson cowboy hat. Fuck.
You're talking about Bradshaw?
Yeah, Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Where it just winds up and just bam, just fucking hits him. Like, fuck, dude, what are you doing to him?
The Triple H later on, the pedigree was actually a pretty good one that he had there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were pretty popular way back in the day. Like people loved like the Cobra Cut, Sergeant Slaughter. Slap that baby on. I'm trying to think what Kane's move was.
This was a choke slam, and his.
That's what I was going to say. Wasn't it just like a choke slam or something?
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah. Edge was.
What was Andre the Giant's? Did he have one?
I don't think he really had one. I don't think he just beat you down.
He just beat the hell out of you.
Yeah. That's a good question because there's a lot of good moves, like finishing moves.
Yeah. And then DDP at the Diamond Cutter.
Yeah.
I could go back and back with some of the wrestling stuff. And I don't know what the Road Warriors, I don't know if they ever called their move anything, but it used to be they would, in the tag team match, I can't remember Hawk or Animal, one would put them on their shoulders, the other one would come off the top belt, and they would lay them out. Yeah. Yeah. Richie says Andre just sat on you. Pretty much.
Yeah, probably so, yeah. And then go crush 4 cases of beer after the match was over.
But remember Andre back then, his big opponent was Big John Studd, and
He
I
did
remember when
not-
the match they got, we actually slammed Andre, and then people were like, "I can't believe he slammed Andre."
Well, and then it was him and Hogan too. I think
Mhm.
WrestleMania when they had kind of a slam off also.
Yeah,
Man, Big John Studd, dude, he was another one.
I'm trying to think. I remember back in WCW, Sting had a move too. I can't remember. Was it Scorpion?
Scorpion. Yeah.
What about Lex Luger and the Torture Rack?
Oh, Torture Rack was a good one back then too. Yeah.
God, I'm going way back. Holy shit.
What about Jimmy Superfly? He was off the turnbuckle too,
Yeah,
I think.
he was
the
big
splash or
the
whatever,
splash,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Rolling
Yeah.
Splash, I think is what it was. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Man, you can go on for days and days on those. There's a lot of good ones.
yeah.
Favorite one though, that's hard to pinpoint. Just a favorite one.
Yeah. I don't know, but that's the Tombstone. Like I said, the Rock Bottom was a good one because Rock actually had the Rock Bottom or he had the People's Elbow, depending on which one it was going to use. Really.
yeah, you had two. Yeah.
What was Roddy Piper's finishing move? Do y'all remember?
I don't remember what Piper's finishing move was.
I don't remember either.
I always liked him. He was always pretty good.
His biggest match I remember though was the one he had against Superfly.
Oh
It was like he was supposed to be like on Piper's Pit, and then it broke into them having that big fight and everything. It's kind of when the guys putting pineapple and all kinds of stuff in his face and everything.
I did like Superfly Jimmy Snuka. I did like him as a wrestler. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he was pretty solid. That's a good question there, though.
That's a really good question.
Was it Richie that started it?
Yeah, Richie was the one that brought that up about finishing moves.
Who's your favorite heel?
Oh, favorite wrestling heel.
I think it was for me. It had to have been Ric Flair because he was so good at it. So good. When he was a heel, he was good.
Yeah.
Would it have to be a wrestler or could it be a manager too?
Could be a manager too. Yeah, anyone really.
I used to think like Mr. Fuji used to be sneaky.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's any other heel that jumps out. I think in the later years, like Randy Orton became pretty popular as one. Although now I think people like him and stuff. Kurt Angle was a one for a while.
What about the old Brooklyn Brawler?
I don't know if he make it to a heel status. Though.
No, but he wasn't really like popular. But he was the guy that was like on every single week and just got his ass beat by everybody.
He's like in the category of the wrestler, your favorite wrestler that never made it over the hump, right? So you had Brooklyn Brawler. You had SD Jones. You had SD Jones in there. You had Coco Beware. These are the guys that were there, but they just couldn't get over the hump.
Coco Beware. Yep.
It's like when you saw him win a match, you couldn't believe it.
What about Junkyard Dog and the big headbutt?
Dog? Yeah.
JYD.
George Animal Steel eating turnbuckles.
Oh yeah, eating the foam out of the turnbuckle.
That was a character transformation because he was like a college professor.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're like, damn, son, you're so hairy. Why don't you come wrestle? We'll make you an animal.
King Kong Bundy. What about him?
Yeah. We had the best wrestler with a prop. Jake the Snake Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The big python, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of course, the Dudley Boys with a table was always fun too.
Did you see him on what was it, DDP's little yoga thing? He said he turned around his life. I guess he was almost to the point of dying because he was drinking so much.
Jake the Snake?
Yeah.
No, wow.
And then DDP told him
DDP, yeah.
Well, whatever he did, I mean, turned his life around. Or he was popping pills or something. One of the two.
Yeah. Well, speaking of wrestlers, I don't know if you guys ever watched the Hot Ones on YouTube, but it's basically It's a celebrity
yeah,
interview
yeah.
where they go through like 8 wings with the hottest sauce with all the celebrities the guy has on there. If you guys haven't seen the one with Stone Cold Austin, which Jace Westcott actually brought to my attention, but a few other people told me after that, definitely check it out. It's actually one of the more entertaining ones, and he's going through the wings. He's asking them questions on that kind of stuff, and they're talking about some of the wrestling type things, and just Stone Cold's trying to keep it in, not to break out in the heart and the sweat, because he had watched like all these other guys come in there and struggle through these wings and stuff, and he actually did really well. But he had some pretty good insights. But he even talked about like Jake the Snake on there as well. You know, he'd be like he'd be in the locker room or whatever, and he was talking about like entrances or something, and he's like, oh, well, he's like Jake the Snake. He didn't really do anything. Jake the Snake would sit there in the back. He'd be sitting there smoking a cigarette, and hear his music come on. He'd just grab his bag, put the snake in it, and walk out there like just nonchalantly to throw the snake out there. He's like, he didn't do anything for his entrance. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one though, but I've seen the one with Shaq on it. It's pretty good. Have you seen that one?
I haven't watched that one yet, but I saw he was sweating on one part of it.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Shaq and the Big Show. Did you see that one, Todd? Where they kind of wrestle. I think it was one of the WrestleManias.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
It's on YouTube if you look it up.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know Idris Elba was on there as well. I thought Jericho might have been on there at one point too. Chris Jericho, I think, was on there. Some of the others, but it was the first time I actually sat down and watched a full episode. It was really good, and guy asked really good questions and stuff, because they had to basically address these questions while they're also eating and everything too. And at one point, Stone Cold's like he's like the level 8 or whatever, and he's like, "Is milk still my friend?" And he's like, "Yeah." And the guy's like, "Yeah." So he drinks some milk to help him out. He's like, "It's getting hot. He doesn't know what to do." And he starts like stopping to start listening to his heart rate to make sure he's in good shape. He's like, "My heart rate is 150 or 160. We gotta cut it."
Yeah, that's actually a really good stream. That's pretty good. It brings in some big names too.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like the guy that does the Late Late Show, that does the singing in the car, where he gets some of the celebrities in that one. Yeah. Or Jerry Seinfeld with his jokes in the car, comedians in the car type thing.
Cars drinking coffee or something.
But Paul's also at the house. Says, "Evening, gents. Evening, brother."
What's up, Paul?
What's going on, Paul? What's going on?
And on the wrestling, Richie says he likes the DDT. Gilbert has said the Razor's Edge, which is another one.
Yeah.
Razor Ramon.
Razor's Edge, yeah.
And he said the All-American leg drop. So, get that with Hulk Hogan as well. And let's see here. Big Van Vader had a great finishing move, but I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, I think he just passed away like in the last couple of years, right? Vader died?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Steiner brothers had multiple finishing moves. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever happened to the Nasty Boys?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard about them in years.
Are
they both still alive? I wonder. I think one of the British Bulldogs. I thought one of them may have died.
I think Brian Knobs is still alive. I don't know what the other guy's name was.
Richie says all-time heel is Flair. But see, I liked Flair though. I was a big Flair fan. So
yeah,
and even now, and after a point, every time he come out there, the crowd was wooing right along with him. They started to love him a little bit too. So
even as a heel, they still love him.
Yeah. Richie said, "Am I liking the StreamYard for live streams?" I am liking it. The one thing I would say about the StreamYard is, compared to what we did with Google, is more consistency in the audio and the video. I think you guys would agree with that as well. Like in the past, there'd be issues maybe hearing someone. StreamYard seems to do a good job of levelizing everybody out so you can hear everybody on the same level. And then I think the video even comes in better than what they were doing with Google.
I think so.
Yeah,
for sure.
I like it better because I can actually log on from my phone now instead of having to go through the damn computer and then switch over.
You had to jump through hurdles there. So.
It's made my life a lot easier.
I was like, hold on. It's like the old modem. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone.
Dial up.
Millennials will never know that struggle of what it used to be with the dial-up service. You can only have one person on the phone line at a time.
Yeah.
I saw a video on Facebook earlier today. There was a dad and a mom. They had teenage boys, and they had a box. It was over an old rotary dial phone,
I saw that.
Did you see it? And he gave them like 4 minutes to dial a number, and they couldn't figure out how to even dial on it. I was cracking up. I was like, kids these days would never know the struggles of dial-up phone and a 45-foot phone cord so you can walk all through your house.
I even think they did that with was it Lethal Weapon 4 when they introduced Chris Rock and Joe Pesci, and they were like had a debate about that with the whole drive-through. I think they got to the fun part too, talking about the old school phones. Now you hit the dial.
You hit the name and it automatically dials. Boom.
Yeah. Bill says, "Thank God the internet is back on." Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like I was streaming. I didn't want to stream through what I wanted to stream through for whatever reason. And Vanessa Kitty says, "Yes, audio and video is clear as well." So, yeah, I think that definitely comes through a lot better. On to Debusion Peshmel Scaldus. Now, is that another beer, or are you getting into the liquor now? And Billy said, "I remember dial-up blue light from Kmart." AOL. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue light special.
Blue lights. The blue light special. Blue lights on. Yeah.
I worked there when they had them blue light.
When they did blue light special.
All you do is shake my head. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
It's like, get out the way, stampede.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Not many things can rival the line at Golden Corral, but blue light specials when they get run over.
That's.
I should stop making Golden Corral jokes. I mean, I just see people in there camping, like they pitch tent in there. Like, I'm not going anywhere for a while.
Especially on crab leg night.
Well, I think I was going to say crab legs. I think are actually crab leg night at the casino is worse than what it is at Golden Corral.
Yeah,
like,
I would agree there.
Yeah, the people. I mean, we already had. What was it? In, was it Alabama where the people shot each other over one of the things or something? It was the crab legs. There was a shooting at one of the crab leg buffets when that happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like over crab legs.
Right. Like they're good, but they're too much work.
Yeah, they are too much work.
Too much work for the little meat you get out of them. Like, no, I'll pass.
Exactly, Tyler.
Yeah.
I'll have something else instead.
I even start getting tired now with like tail on shrimp. I want it all tail off. Everything. I don't want to worry about dealing with anything. Yeah.
I just want to pick it up and eat it. I ain't got to go to work for it.
Not trying to get choked up here. And now I'm going to actually move to the Defaced Imperial Red Ale. I don't know if you guys have seen this one before or not.
Oh, I love it.
Sizeville.
I haven't seen that one. Who's that from?
This Sizeville. So I'm sorry, Sideswipe Brewing. 9% ABV. This one is also out of Columbus, Ohio.
Nice.
So a little bit more of a maltier type feel, but you get a little bit of that hop feel in there too. Funny, we were talking about wrestling, and the guy on the cover is like in a wrestling mask almost.
I was going to say, he looked like a wrestler.
Yeah. So pretty decent. Another one from the road trip.
I'm gonna grab me one real quick.
Brad, this is all I got left of the Malt Liquor Thursday.
You're nursing that natty daddy.
I know. It's getting a little warm. I might just have to down just to get rid of it.
Yeah, you don't want that baby warming up.
No. That's all there is left of it, though. So
Vanessa says there's one coin payphone in my town hall still. I don't think I have. I'm trying to think if we have any payphones around our area at all. I'm thinking downtown Cincinnati. I don't think there's any. I can't think of any spots. There might be some.
There's actually, there's one here in our town. But when I was over in England, I was surprised by how many payphones there are over there. They're still quite popular over there.
Yeah. Well, they do something different over there too. Like I know Craig was telling me before about how to do their TV set. Like you pay for channels as you watch or something. I think it's not like here type thing too. I believe so.
Interesting.
And let me see here. And then Eric Gilbert said the AOL CD and dial up, right? I remember those two.
Yeah, I remember those.
They started going out there. Richie asked Eric if he had any whiskey lately. Billy says they closed the Golden Corral here in the Del Mar, Virginia Eastern Shore. Also, the Kmart closed. Yeah, the Golden Corral near me. They actually just shut down for a couple of days because of the health reasons. But the health reasons they ended up shutting down was because they had food sitting too close to the floor, is what was reported. And then they had another thing where they didn't have any running water as well. which was an issue there too. But they were still trying to serve without the running water. How can you serve without the running water? So Vanessa's always carry. We know Vanessa always carries.
Yeah.
And then Gilbert says Peshmail is a Belgian ale with peach. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I definitely would give that a swirl. And Vanessa, we have one Golden Corral up in Springfield, Massachusetts. And let's see here. What? Oh, my thing came out. My screen went darker for some reason. I realized my plug wasn't all the way in. What is the recipe for a red ale? Well, depending on what they're doing, I don't really brew as much now as I did before, but with the red ale, you're going to definitely have. I'm trying to think what kind of malt they may use in there. It might be a crystal malt, darker type malt. It's not going to be one of the light malts. And then the hops, you're still using hops like you would kind of use for some of your pale ales, possibly. So it depends on how they all put together, but I haven't brewed a red ale or actually brewed anything in a while. Billy actually brews. Billy might know more on that, or if Drunken One is still here, he might know a little bit more too. I never tried to brew a red ale. But the cool thing is if you go to some of the brewing websites, some of them will put the recipes on there as well. And Billy says they need background check on all mental health issues like they do in many states, plus you have a criminal background check. Both each time you purchase plus an initial gun license. Yeah, that's true in the background. In fact, the mental thing, though, when Obama was in office, it was actually passed about not providing for people that didn't pass the mental thing, and then Trump reversed it. So there was a mental thing in place previously. Kind of crazy, though. I just saw in the news how they just arrested, they said like dozens of people that they found in some of these being alerted from police about possible shooting situations, and they were like confiscating all these different guns that different people that they found had like said stuff about possible upcoming shootings they were going to commit. It's just crazy out there. You guys got to be careful. Let me see. Vanessa, what state is that? What state are you asking about, Vanessa? And we have background checks for every purchase or transfer, public and private. Well, I think you're at the Northeast. It's definitely probably a little bit more up there than where I'm at here in the central part of the country, Kentucky and Ohio. I think it's a little easier because you can get guns right there at a gun show. I don't think checks are really ran as much or as good as they should be. Gilbert said to Richie, been into the JP Weiser's Paul Coffey NHL alumni whiskey. When I was in Toronto, the only time I've been in Toronto, I've actually been to the NHL Hall of Fame. I'm not trying to NHL, the Hockey Hall of Fame, which was actually pretty cool up there. And then, yeah, Billy said amber malts make the red ales there as well. I should start brewing again at some point.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Maybe trying to do something, a stout or something for the winter time.
Yeah. And then Richie said, Rod, what are you, Eric, and Todd's favorite bands or music artists? Just curious. My favorite bands are Thin Lizzy and Rush. And I'll say for me, and I did the hangout. We did the hangout, like last weekend or whatever, Todd. And I was like playing music on the Pandora, whatever came up, and like we were talking about how with us it's kind of like a cover so many different things for the different groups, because it was like you'd have, for me, at my background growing up, I grew up learning and liking all different type of music, and then I was a college DJ for a while as well, so I go everywhere across the board. So it's not uncommon for me to hear something like a Rush song on, and then at the same time, it flips over to a Public Enemy song. Then it flips to a Pink Floyd song. Then it flips to, LL Cool J. And then it flips to Sheena Easton. My thing is all across the board. So I actually enjoy all different types of music. Good music, you can always kind of tell when it's good music. I think from my end, at least from, when we used to be a DJ, it's kind of like you would feel it kind of. We mentioned it that night, like your hairs would almost stand out when it was really a good song. Like the first time, I wasn't into a lot of I listened to some of the harder type rock, but like when Marilyn Manson came out with Beautiful Mind, I loved that song instantly because I loved the riff of it. I loved the beat of it. I loved the voice, how it all came through. It all came together well and how that was put together. And so I go with the flow for the most part. I don't know, with you guys' favorite groups and stuff like that and what you usually like there.
No, mine's exactly the same as you. It was last Saturday we were doing that, and I was thinking, oh shit, this is kind of my, jump around from one genre to the other. I like it all, and to really just pinpoint like one, group that's my favorite. I really don't have one. I don't think. I mean, there's not one I could just say, oh my god, I'm kind of like you, right? I like it all. Country to rock to rap to R&B, pop, whatever.
Right. And music can be like a mood type thing. I mean, I think overall my favorite group is probably Public Enemy. But it can be a mood type group. And the reason like Public Enemy is kind of like at the time I was coming up, like high school, college in the 80s and 90s, it was just an empowerment type thing that came along with that group and stuff. And then the way they were kind of bringing stuff to the forefront in their lyrics, other people weren't saying. And at the same point, it was an entertainment value to it, but it was also educational value to it. And the way they put their music together with the Bomb Squad was just unheard of for a lot of the other groups. Because I mean, there's documentaries on them out there, and they talk about how they put the piercing sounds in there, so it kind of just keeps kind of poking at you all through the music and stuff. So that's one of the things that made them stand apart from other groups.
Yeah, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. I'd have to think long and hard on that one because not one just jumps out and sticks in my mind.
Yeah. What about you, Eric? Favorite artists, favorite bands? And now he's going to pull a Todd because he's on mute too.
You've seen my lips, didn't you?
Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Favorite band? I don't know if I have a favorite band.
Favorite bands or musical artists? It was just curious. Richie was just asking when you were getting a beer and everything there.
Well, I like hard rock. I've been kind of listening to some classic rock like Bob Seger, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin. Lately, I have been all that kind of Led Zeppelin, The Who, Rolling Stones, all that sort of. But I can go over to like the hard rock, like Metallica, Megadeth, Slipknot, Five Finger Death Punch, all those Slayer. It doesn't really matter what group. It's kind of, like you said, Rod. It's kind of what you're in the mood for. Are you in the mood for pop? Are you in the mood for classic? Are you in the mood for country? Are you in the mood for, heavy metal? Are you in the mood for, I don't know, what opera? I guess it's kind of, even though I don't listen to opera, there's people out there that probably do like that, and they're probably all across the musical board there. But it's just kind of like, what are you in the mood for? So and lately, for me, it's been classic rock for me, but I listen to pretty much everything.
Yeah.
For me, off the top of my head, two that I would put towards the top for me would be the Commodores and Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, the Commodores. Oh.
Yeah.
Little brick house action.
I like both of those a lot. They're just good.
Yeah.
Good classic,
relaxing and stuff. And
like I said, it all really just depends on the mood.
Yeah. It's like if I'm out back, which I haven't been out back to like shoot a video in a while, like I'm out a cigar, I'm doing like a beer or something out there. I always turn on the station and it might be like one of the classic rock stations because, you're sitting there, you're relaxing some of the stuff that comes through. I mean, if you're sitting out there and all of a sudden something comes on and it's like you're just vibing with it and stuff. And at the same point, I can throw in an old school hip hop tape and kind of be the same way. I think one day I was doing it, I was listening to it wasn't Brand New, but it was another one. But it was just like, it was just the flow was just feeling so good, and you're out there. It's kind of like what you're going to do. Like if you're going to go out to the club that night or something, obviously you're going to probably something a little more hyped up. Like Eric was talking about he was at a club and it was like techno or something. I wouldn't say you're going to play techno, but you're going to have something more upbeat or whatever. Like if you're getting ready to go out and stuff to get hyped up, but
something you can bounce to a little bit.
Yeah. So we'll say the techno club you mentioned, Eric, was kind of interesting. By the way,
I'm good. That is coming up in the Weekend Ramble segment. That's coming up into the Weekend Ramble.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
That seemed to be. I was like, why isn't he taking pictures or anything?
Oh my God! No. Dude, it was the most surreal experience I've ever had.
And you were the sober guy too, so you were like the guy remembering everything.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna have to tune in this weekend to find out the whole story.
Wow.
If you guys are interested in that.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Which usually they've been doing pretty well. They've been getting about 50 to 100 views depending on what I talk about. So the Weekend Ramble stuff.
Yeah. You see, Paul says need more Black Death metal. Of course, Paul's heavy Black Death metal. But you know what? Like you watch Paul's videos and Paul plays in the background. It doesn't, to me, when I listen to it, it doesn't seem to come across as heavy or dark as you would think it would be on some of the tracks he uses. So even with that, you sit there still listen while Paul does the video, and it still comes through well.
Mm-hmm.
Richie says, "Go ahead." Oh, no, I said Richie said he loves oldies as well. Sam Cooke. That's Sam Cooke's a good one there.
That's a good one.
That might get you a lady friend there. Play a little Sam Cooke.
Let's get it on. I know it's not Sam Cooke, but
I won't say I've always liked Jimi Hendrix. I've always liked his music.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. It's like if I'm driving the Mustang in the summer, because I have like his greatest hits CD in the car, and having the top down, it always feels fine when you throw Jimi Hendrix in there, you know, and then you're just rolling.
But do you hear Jimmy?
Yeah.
Do you hear Jimmy or do you hear Jimmy?
I hear Jimmy. I hear Jimmy. I hear Jimmy. Don't tell me I can't hear Jimmy. That's a great movie. I'm looking forward to Zombieland 2 coming out this year. I think it's the end of this year.
I want to see that one. Yeah, I think so.
No, Paul, don't be hating, Paul. Okay, don't be hating, brother.
I don't know what to do with them, Paul. I don't know what to do with them. So. Vanessa says, music, I study math journals. That's all you're doing the math. Well, Vanessa, that's on you. Oh, and then Richie said to Paul, I've done a ton of death and black metal in the collection. I have a ton of it. Yeah, so Richie has some of that as well. Chris is in the house. Eastwood Farms, Rod J.
I see you got the marine stuff on there. Thank you for your service, man.
Yeah, nice.
If you guys haven't checked out Eastwind's channel, Chris, he does some fun stuff. He does like some of the late night stuff, but he pretty much has a disco in his garage. So a lot of good fun on his feeds, and then he has like just music jamming, takes music requests. People just kind of kick back and just talk a lot of good stuff. So definitely check him out. And Paul says, I broke my wrist moshing to the Commodores.
Everybody's done that, Paul. You haven't lived unless you have.
Well, she was a brick house, what I say. Richie's got a lot of good questions. He says, first concert ever. Mine was Rush. I was 9. LOL.
Oh my God! If I was a Rush concert, I'd be.
Tom Sawyer, man. Tom Sawyer. That was like that's the first Rush song I ever liked.
I hate Rush. I hate Rush.
Would you say?
I hate them with a passion, dude. Oh my God!
Why do you hate Rush so bad?
It's the singer, dude. He freaking acts. His voice annoys me. Let me put it that way. His voice.
The high pitch gets to you, or
yes. God.
So, who was your first concert?
My first concert?
Yeah.
Garth Brooks back in the 1990s. 1990, I think it was.
Who was it?
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. Okay.
That's when he was big. That's his first time when he was.
It wasn't when he was Chris Gaines, though. He was actually Garth Brooks.
It was Garth Brooks.
I'm trying to think.
Kenny Chesney puts on a damn good concert too.
Yeah. I
didn't really go to many concerts in the younger days. It was more after high school, college years, I think, for me. It might have been. No, it was. Let's see. It might have been Brooks and Dunn, maybe for me.
For your first one?
I think maybe. I'm trying to think now. Shit. I think it was Brooks and Dunn. Kentucky State Fair.
I would love to go to a Volbeat concert. I heard they put on a hell of a show.
I think my first one was really kind of like college that I went to. Although as a kid, I did go. I was taken to New York. My aunt took me to Broadway to see The Wiz, and had like Diana Ross and Michael Jackson and them all in it. So
nice.
They were singing, but it wasn't really a concert. But I want to say it was like the Jungle Brothers, Brand Nubian, when I was in college. There, that was my first one. But then it's like when I went to DC, that was like the first really big thing, because when I went to DC to cover, which was like really the first like big Source event, I was there like with Dougie Fresh and Biz Markie, and Wu-Tang Clan was there, Tupac was there, Busta Rhymes, Cool G Rap, Tribe Called Quest, Digital Underground, Supercat, Almighty RSO, Lords of the Underground, and a few other people that were there too. But yeah, that's why I interviewed like Busta Rhymes when I was there, and interviewed Cool G Rap, and also we interviewed Nas. He was there too. So the first time I actually met Nas was at that one. That was back.
That's some heavy hitters there.
No, that was back when he was like Nasty Nas. Before he was actually Nas. It was funny because I was talking to his manager. We were interviewing him, and before we did, his manager was telling me like, you know, you're gonna meet Nas, but he's like, I'm telling you, this kid's gonna be bigger than a lot of rappers out there. His lyrics and stuff he talks about is so deep on a different level and stuff. So this was just after like Halftime that come out, some other stuff. So he wasn't to that next level yet, but when you saw that come out later, you're like, his manager was right on it. I mean, he was one of the best lyricists to come out. So Busta Rhymes is really funny to meet in real life. He was hilarious. He was cracking up. So
I can see that. He looks like he'd be a big joker.
He seems like he has a goofy personality.
Yeah.
And it's like one part, my buddy that was interviewing, we were both interviewing, and some other buddy that was there with me, he was supposed to ask something, he kept messing with his line, and Busta Rhymes like, "Are you doing an interview or am I doing an interview?" So I just started ripping on him on stuff. It was hilarious. He's like, "Which one of us works for a radio station, motherfucker?"
and you know, oddly enough, that's one of my favorite genres of music is hip hop, and I've never been to a hip hop concert of any sort.
It's a
rap or anything.
Well, I'll tell you, one time I was supposed to go back when we were in college at WVU. It was like the first time we actually brought in a big hip hop concert, and I had to go to Chicago because at the time I was the business manager for our university paper, so I had to go for an advertising convention. And my wife, at the time we were dating, she was one of the build supervisors. She had all the keys and locks and that kind of stuff, so she was able to go wherever we went to in the building. So she was like backstage on stuff. But we had just brought in, it was part of the Hit Squad tour. So we had EPMD, Daz Effects, and I think it was like K Solo or Redman that was with them. And I was like, I had to go out of town for that concert. But she was telling me like she had to go back there and make sure things were going smoothly and stuff. She walks into one room, pushes the door, and all that comes out is smoke. Just like
puff puff pass.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh man, get back
you guys are doing okay here.
To get back to one of my favorites, I can't believe I just like totally lost it. Was Boys II Men. Probably maybe my favorite of all.
Boys II Men, yeah.
Yeah.
Is the one guy with the cane still alive? Because I think he had medical stuff, but I don't know if he's touring with them now.
There's only 3 of them.
But I mean, he pretty much just had the deep lines in the group, you know, kind of like they sing the song. He'd be like, "Hey, girl."
Yeah, he was the big hey, baby.
He's like, "I'm about to lay you down." maybe singing, "Lay you down." He's like, yeah, but he was the cool guy with the cane, you know. So
that's right. Yeah,
it's like back in the day, like on we were talking about Soul Train and stuff before, and one of the guys that was one of the crazy ones that danced on there, always danced by himself, but he was like the crazy kind of character type. I think he's like the one that Shock G kind of based his character off of when he did the Humpty stuff, because there's a dancer on Soul Train used to be that same way when he did Humpty. So
is there a modern day Soul Train? I know they tried to bring it back. Is that still on?
They brought it back when I guess with Shamar Moore a few years ago, but it's not the same from when I ever saw it, so I don't watch it really. But
shut up, Siri! Shut up!
you ever YouTube into the old
Siri's responding on Soul Train?
Soul Train. You ever YouTube into the old like Soul Train episodes? They're pretty good.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's funny because one of the other Facebook, I don't know if I send like on the Facebook pages, if you know, I have one of them called Beats and Jams on Facebook. So I share a lot of old music stuff on there. So occasionally I'll put some of the Soul Train videos and stuff on there too. It's just nice reminiscent of some of the stuff from back then. It was hilarious. You know what's funny when you look back on some of the stuff is some of those singers back there that people didn't know because we didn't have the videos and stuff as much, right? You were mostly us all radio. So you would hear voices on the radio and you think you knew who that singer was. And a lot of times, you could have some of the white guys that could hit notes like a lot of the black guys, right? Like Andy Gibb and some of these guys. So later on when video came out, there'll be videos of people like, wait a minute, he's not black? I thought he was black.
Right. Yeah. Wait, who's that guy?
And that's always funny that when you see I put some of that stuff up there. It's pretty hilarious. And Paul said, okay, I mentioned the Commodores before Todd ruined the joke. And Paul says he loves opera. Eric said, every metal band I hate. He said he did love Bathory, responding to Richie Z, who asked him about Bathory a little bit ago as well. And let's see here. And then Foamy said Beastie Boys were many genres in one. Yeah,
Beastie Boys, yeah.
The Beastie Boys were interesting in that they came out and originally they came out as a punk band group and wasn't really getting signed or anything like that. And they got discovered through basically Rick Rubin, who's like all kinds of talent he discovered with Def Jam. And pretty much was able to get them onto the Def Jam label when they started doing their rap stuff, which is kind of funny because we have a station here like the EBN where it plays classic rock, but it's always just classic rock. But then they played the Beastie Boys stuff on there, like with the Beastie Boys stuff they're playing, like Paul Revere, all kind of stuff. Like that's really a rap song, but they kind of just still kind of keep like they're thinking they're rock groups, which is interesting. But great artists. They put a lot of good stuff together too, and they almost had to come out with a chip on their shoulder to actually show they were serious about wanting to do the music and stuff. Because people didn't, at first, I think they were thinking they were a joke and they weren't taking them as seriously. And they just proved themselves over and over again. And Paul's Boutique is one of the most underrated albums, not just from them, from a lot of albums out there. That's been a great piece of work.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Paul says Baphomet, Gormant, Delside, Werewolf, Old Funeral, Permanent Midnight. Decide that put it in there twice. And Cenotaph. So these are all dark metal. Death metal groups, yeah.
Sound like a bunch of beer names.
Sounds like somebody's got the disease. Doctor reading that all off to you.
Let's go ahead and shoot me now.
Yeah. Basically, you're going to die, son. And Chris said, thank you back as well. Let's see here. And then Gilbert said, pour some of the Wiser's Juice, 2 grains, 7 years old, and 4 barrels, Canadian ex-bourbon, ex-Speyside, and Virgin American oak barrels. I'd like to see Gilbert's bar at some point. Gilbert's got a nice little setup, I bet, at his house. Let's see. Rajay, being 53, I am more open-minded, but have been since I was 11, when my sis got me in a Cheap Trick, LOL. Well, you're only 3 years older than me there, Richie. So, yeah, we're right in that same ballpark. So, it's funny, like the first, I think you got open-minded is a great way to look at it, too, because, I mean, I think when you're open-minded, you really appreciate a lot more the different things, the different genres that are out there. But it's like, when I was, I'm trying to think how old I think I was like around 5th or 6th grade, if that, maybe, whenever AC/DC came out with the Back in Black album. And I was listening to the radio one night, and it was Hell's Bells came on, and I just loved it as a kid instantly, just the way it was put together, the melody of it, the song itself, and I became like an AC/DC fan at that age as well. Which, you know, growing up in South Jersey, it was like I said, late 70s or so. So we had like disco, a lot of R&B and all kind of songs like that. But I was like on the rock channels listening to a lot of stuff too. So that was like the first group I actually liked of any type of music group whatsoever was AC/DC. Vanessa says she only has been to 2 concerts in her life. Which 2, Vanessa, did you go to? You can go ahead and say if it was Kenny G and
Yanni.
Yanni.
Paul says first concert Type O negative. I've heard of Type O negative before.
Yeah.
Gilbert says kick Eric off right now. She said Moody Blues in New York City. Well, that's pretty cool. All right. Eric says, ooh, typo negative. Said, I began college after the Air Force. I was too busy working for a degree to go to concerts. Oh, that feeling. Trying to get those dollars, gotta get that money.
Mm-hmm.
Only 2. Why? You need to go to more. Is what Richie said to Vanessa. I go to math conventions rather than concerts. But I gotta think at a math convention, there's probably some crazy karaoke going on at some point after hours. Paul said, "Oh, ha, Rod's got them all in check." Richie says, "Have you ever seen or interviewed the band Living Color? I'm sure you have. Great band. Oh, I've seen them. I've never. They weren't anything I've ever interviewed them and stuff. But yeah, I like them. They hadn't been out. I don't even know if they're still together right now. I haven't heard anything of them for like years. But when they were out in the 90s, you know, we had them. We listened to them. The station I was at was an alternative station, so we did play them on there as well." Gilbert said, "I saw Rush at an amphitheater in Toronto in the late 90s. My ears still don't work right."
Yeah, listen to Rush there, Gilbert.
Eric says, "Yes, Gilbert, do you like Rush?" Paul said, "ABC 3D. Rush is great, Richie Z." So yeah, Eric likes Rush.
I think they're one of those. Yeah, I think they're one of those bands you either love them or you hate them.
Yeah,
there's no like, yeah, they're okay. There's none of that. I don't think.
Paul says, "Gotta love the Humpty Hump." We see here. Asked Paul if he liked Niles, one of his faves. And Gilbert saw Mobb Deep at the Oshawa Music Hall. I bet they put on a pretty good show too.
Yeah, it probably was a good one.
Eric said Naughty by Nature. And Sexton Bruins announced, "What's up, Ashley?" Said, "Never pegged you as a Mobb Deep fan, Eric Gilbert." You just don't know Eric Gilbert, son. Eric Gilbert's always down. When I used to put like the little hip hop cuts in the video, Eric would actually know who they were. He'd be the first one to chime in. "Oh, that's so and so. That's so and so. I know that one." So Gilbert's got the hip hop credentials, so to speak. And he says, "Cheers, Sexton. Love me some hip hop." And Sexton, that's another good person there too. Like Richie, Ashley Sexton. If you haven't followed his channel, Sexton Brewing, he does home brewing on his channel, and he would know everything that would go into like a red ale and different formulas as well. So I would definitely say if you don't know Ashley, hit a sub on his channel so you can check out some of the stuff he's doing as well. Sexton says, "I'm that middle-aged white guy in the minivan listening to Wu-Tang." So essentially, Ashley's like the guy like in Office Space. You guys have seen Office Space when he's driving into work, he's listening to hip hop, and then the guy he rolls his window, he chases. It's okay, Ashley. You could be a fly white guy. There you go.
That's right.
Oh, Gilbert said he used to do concert setup in his 20s. And nice. Did you do any big groups or famous groups that you did it for at all? But that's AC/DC was one of my only handful of albums I ever bought because AC/DC is solid. They're still solid. I mean, I can almost watch Maximum Overdrive anytime it's on just because the soundtrack is all AC/DC. When you asked if that's acting, but the soundtrack is also
movie, soundtrack great.
Yeah. This says crazy stuff happens at math conventions. Oh, I bet.
Like what?
I bet it's like some Bandcamp type stuff happening there.
It's a good thing it's math with an A and not math with an E.
Paul says freestyle long division. And he says, Effie and Niles saw them live. They were sick. Hey, Mary, welcome. Nice to have you join in tonight. So Mary says Shaka Khan. That's one of our favorites. God, I remember being a kid. You remember that song?
Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
Say that like all the time. You go to school and stuff. Shaka Khan, let me rock you, Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Her Melly Mel. Vanessa LOL and PA Brew. ACDC is like McDonald's and Budweiser, easily available, born and cheaply made. Wow, shots fired.
Yeah.
Serious shots fired there. See, I would thought that'd be Metallica now. Yeah,
that'd be Nickelback.
Why does everyone hate Nickelback? Why does everybody hate that?
No, I like their songs, but all their songs, if you take the words out, so you think you're listening to the same song. Music's the same.
The same rhythm?
No, but yeah. Like a couple of their songs I think are exact same sound, but it's just a different lyric. No, but I like a lot of their songs. I'm not hating on them, I'm just saying.
You're just saying they're lazy. You need to put some beat down, some new riffs.
Exactly, yes. Yeah.
If it works, Paul.
It works.
Paul. I'm sure Paul.
I can't think of. There's two songs that sound almost identical, except for the words are different, and they've both been on the radio, and you'll know what they are. But I can't think what the song titles are.
I haven't heard Nickelback in a while.
Wow, Sexton Ring says the new Metallica is terrible. You thought the Death Magnetic album was terrible? I thought that was one of their best albums since the Black Album.
Yeah, Sexton. What do you think about that?
That's obviously my opinion. I thought Saint Anger was their worst album, but I thought they came back pretty good with the Death Magnetic. Now their next album after that was
Well, Gilbert said he set up for Kiss. He said they blow. I'm like, what? No love for the Love Gun? What?
Mm.
I would think Kiss put on a pretty good show. I know Gene Simmons markets the hell out of them. A lot of people like Kiss. Richie said, I've seen Kiss just once, but only for the opening band, Queensryche, 1985. But Kiss had the scariest rock band movie ever for a kid to watch on Halloween back in the late 70s. I don't know, late 70s, early 80s, when it was the Kiss Amusement Park or something. It was like they had a made for TV type movies. It was about Kiss, and it was like a scary type movie.
I never seen it.
It'd be garbage now if you saw it. You'd be like, look at these graphics. They're garbage.
Yeah, but this is terrible.
But back then.
A friend of mine, Kiss, he loves Kiss. He goes to every concert whenever they come close, like within a couple 100-mile radius.
Shout it out now.
So now I'm going to step into the French toast. French toast with the most 10% ABV. See, I went 8, 9, 10 tonight. Oh no, I went 7, 9, 10. This is an ale with maple syrup, vanilla beans, cinnamon, and nutmeg. It is a pastry stout.
Oh.
And this is from Braxton Labs. So actually I had one of these last night too.
Did you get some
son of a all right.
She's growing. Oh,
foul.
You guys have to hold it down for a second.
Uh-oh.
Get away from that wire.
Be a blackout altogether.
Well, Rob put himself up there, so what are we supposed to do here?
I know, right? Nobody can see us, but they can hear us. Maybe. It's actually probably better than they can't see us.
That's probably right. P.A. Bruno says, I'm eating Drunken One's jerky and it's killing me. Killing you is good, Paul, or killing you is bad?
I made some jerky last week. Actually, last Saturday when I was we was doing a stream, I was making some jerky.
I see Sexton Brewing says And Justice for All. Are you saying it's their best album since And Justice for All, or something else? I think the Death Magnetic album is one of the best works in quite some time, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I think.
Oh, true. Ashley, you can't compare early Metallica, new Metallica. You are right. Yes, you are right. But I think that's their best album since that point. That's the point I'm trying to make. You got her all taken care of there, Rod. If you can hear us.
Yeah, that sucks. Let me see here. Oh, was it just me on here?
Yeah, you scooped yourself.
Yeah, we figured you got up. Nobody wanted to see us anyway.
I had the wrong camera on. I tried to go. Fuck it.
We see how it is.
Good thing I had shorts on. Bopping around here. Yeah, I was not expecting that to happen. Obviously, at least it wasn't as bad as Paul's that day, though.
Yeah, we sucks.
Paul's went crazy on his.
Or mine when I should have videoed mine. I put 2 of those tablets in that homebrew and I turned it and it just went whoosh, right out the side.
I see what you're saying there, Paul. I hear you. First time it's happened to me in a long time.
Now, see, that's pretty bad, Paul. That's pretty bad. They all should have died in that bus crash with Cliff. That's pretty bad, dude. That's even I got to say, slow your roll, dude. Slow your roll.
I missed there. Oh, let me see here. I got to go back and see all the comments here. Let's see. There was the Kiss one. Speaking of division, how many dimensions exist that are division algebras?
I didn't even know what you're talking about.
You talking to me on that one? Like Robert De Niro, you talking to me?
Yeah.
You
talking to me?
How many dimensions exist that are division algebras? Multiple? Is that a multiple? Can we get a multiple question on that?
I don't know.
Multiple answer. I mean,
it's like there's a reason I didn't choose engineering as my major.
I'll say 4. I don't know, 4.
And as Ashley said, injustice for all.
Excuse me.
Paul says, if you want to hear an album with similar songs, listen to the Del Shannon album after Runaway got big. Well, associative division algebras. Again, I'm not sure.
My answer is still 4.
We're gonna move over to Paul that says screw Kiss too. Set up for Blue Radio, Bob Dylan, Tragically Hip, Akon. Okay. Bob Dylan would be a cool show to see.
So Eric, when you set up for those people, did you get to meet any of them or hang out with any of them? Or was it just a setup behind the scenes and then you're gone before they get there?
And did you get to go to any after parties? That's where the crazy stuff happens. Mary says Gene Simmons is alive, bobblehead. Gilbert said Kiss is brutal live. And then that's an LL to Mary. Ashley says the moment you said maple, yeah, it just exploded, right? It was probably one of you Canadian guys that put the hex on because I know you guys love maple in Canada. Yeah, Vanessa, I thought I had the other switched off, but I didn't. So yeah. Let's see here. Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park is on DVD Blu-ray. That's it. The Phantom of the Park. That's
Phantom of the Park.
Old Kiss movie, yeah. I remember being a kid talking about it with other kids in school on Monday because it was like a Sunday night movie or something.
Is it on DVD or Blu-ray?
And then let me see here. Ashley says you can't even compare early Metallica to new Metallica.
You can't.
And Paul says French toast is a breakfast, not a pastry. Blue Radio is
it can be a pastry. It can be a pastry.
Blue Rodeo is outstanding live, and they ain't my thing. That's what Gilbert said. Rod said it's so fucking hot, my jaw was melting off. And
Drunken One's jerky.
Oh yeah. And then Paul says they all should. Oh, that's when you told him to slow down.
Slow your roll, Paul. Slow your fucking roll, okay, buddy?
Oh, Mr. No, not Mr. No spilling. It wasn't a spilling. It was a carbonation with the can.
Overflow.
Oh, very funny. Vanessa says, "Lose your French toast." That's clever. That's clever. And then Sexted. If I had to like a Metallica album after and Justice for All, it would probably be the one that came out last year. So that's the one you liked last year, right, Eric?
Yeah, the one that came out last year was oh god, what was it? I can't remember. But the one before that was Death Magnetic, and I like that one. This one was the one that came out last year was. I mean, don't get me. They have some good songs on there, but I thought the Death Magnetic album really put them back onto the music scene, the mainstream music scene.
And then Paul says, "I'm a bad guy. I like me." Paul, a little self-absorbed. That never happened. Richie says, "I got to see Metallica when Dave Mustaine was their lead guitarist back in '82. Months before he got fired. My buddy was old enough to drive to San Francisco. I was not."
Now, see, that had to have been a concert to go to because those two guys were. But based on the YouTube clips I've seen, those guys were killing it.
Yeah. And then Gilbert said, "I switched to Lamb of God for the type of metal."
See, me, Lamb of God is.
Could you be a little bit?
Yeah, how do you really feel about it, Eric?
God, you can put those fucks in the garbage, okay?
No Lamb of God for you?
No Lamb of God for me. Everyone says they're so great, and I don't see what's so great about them.
Gilbert said, "No after parties. You can meet the performers and they're cool, but with Akon, you were not allowed to look at them. You couldn't look at him."
I just looked at him just out of
spite. Like Dennis Hopper, Dennis Hopper, Blue Velvet or something. And most are cool. Like, how do you not look? You can't look at the guy. Can you hand me that? I don't know where you're at. I can't see.
I know. Yeah, really. Yeah, I can't look. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Keep talking. I use my sonar to find you.
Yeah.
That's as bad as Blade when they said Wesley Snipes wouldn't let you call him anything but Blade. I mean, I know you get in character and he stay in character, but it's like at a certain point. It's like, dude, the movie's wrapped.
Yeah, we're done.
I'm still Blade. I will still be Blade. Going to the premiere, I'm Blade. No, you're Wesley now. The movie's done. I'm still Blade.
No, you're not. Blade. No, you're not.
Trying to pay your taxes. Oh, I'm Blade. I'm not Wesley. I'm Blade. I don't know these taxes. Vanessa, associative division algebras exist in 1, 2, 3, 4 dimensions. Look at that, Todd. You had the 4. Dimension 1 is the algebra of the real numbers. 2 is the algebra of the complex numbers. 4 is the octonons. What happened to 3, though? Oh, 3's up there. Okay.
Yeah, it's at the top.
Yeah, so there you go.
I don't know what an octonons is. I'm sorry. I'm not that well versed in mathematics, I guess.
I stopped at trig.
I stopped at algebra 2. So I figured that's good enough for what I need to know.
Why did you need algebra 2 anyway? You already did algebra 1. Why do we need algebra?
Right. Why is there another?
There's no geometry 2. There's no trig 2. There's no calculus 2. Why is it got to be an algebra 2?
Algebra 2 is probably the most I'm ever going to need. So.
Like, do I need those extra formulas? You said I'd be using this my whole life, and I'm still not using it.
Yeah, never one. It's like a bad sequel all over again.
Arrested Development, Mr. Wendell. That was a good tune.
Oh, that was a good one.
So I like Tennessee more, but Mr. Wendell was good as well.
Yeah,
I got that actually downstairs in vinyl. I believe Tennessee.
Nice.
Tennessee. Yeah.
All the records I got down there. They actually still tour. They were in Cincinnati earlier this year or the end of last year. So, I mean, really, Tennessee and Mr. Wendell are 2 big hits. They got other stuff they do, but that's what they're kind of known for.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vanessa says, "Oh, she said it's only 3. No, only 3 dimensions or divisions gave the associative property."
Damn it.
I did algebra 1, 2, and calculus. Being dyslexic, it sucked hard. I can imagine that being the case.
Mm-hmm.
I did algebra 1, 2. I did geometry. I did calculus. I did trig, advanced trig. And that was pretty much it. And I have to go to college after that. But in my first year in college, I got in trouble with my professor because I wouldn't turn in homework. It was like I would do the formula and I had the right answers, but I got hit on my grade because homework wasn't being turned in. Why turn in the homework if you knew I solved the problem?
Right, I know it.
Your work. Why do you have to see my work?
I'll just ace the exam and say,
like homework. Don't you understand? I pay to go to school. I ain't doing no homework.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah. So never show your work. Why do you need to see the work if you know what the answer is?
Yeah.
One of the biggest things about going to school, though, is like how they have you memorize shit, and then you get in the real world after school, and it's like, oh, just look it up. What the fuck? Why was I memorizing shit all those years? I was going to say, look up everything that you need out here anyway.
Yeah.
That was a waste of time. You should have gave me a damn accounting class back in high school. Investing when I was in my teenage years.
That's what I do. That's what I do in that program. I just go to Google and look it up, and boom, there's the answer.
That's right.
I had one of my IT guys one time. It's like I called in an issue on IT, and I don't know if he was a newer guy or got it. Just if that was kind of our status quo at the company, he's like, let me see. Well, let me go out to Google and see what it says.
Wait, what?
You're the help desk, and I'm calling you. You're going to Google. Why do I need to call you?
Yeah, I'll just go to Google altogether. Just bypass you.
Is that what you told him?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking that in my head. Like,
that's what you should have said. It's good if I can find it on Google. Just tell me, and I'll just.
It's like if you're the help desk, you should be there to help me. Why are you going out there? I could just skip you all together and go to Google and put in what the issue is.
You can hear him in the background going, "Hey Siri."
Yeah.
Don't do it, Josh. It'll go off over here. Okay, don't do it, dude.
He goes back like, "Let me put you on hold for a second."
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now? Call Alexa?
Yeah. Hey Alexa, what's 2 plus 2?
I asked my local guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that guy's an idiot." Like, why don't you have him? Why does he work for us then?
Yeah, if you're saying that, get rid of him.
But I find in the corporate world, it's harder to get rid of people than it is to bring them on. So
yes,
it is.
It's like you see people, somebody screw up so much, you're like, Jesus Christ, how much does someone have to screw up to get fired around here?
Like Daryl Rogers for the Lions. What's the guy got to do to get fired around here?
What was it? There was a movie. It was a dark movie. It was with Ving Rhames, Nicolas Cage. He was an ambulance driver. I can't remember what it was, but he was an ambulance driver. He was working for EMS, and he was supposed to be his last day. He was supposed to get fired, and they're like, "Oh, we need to have you on for a couple more days." And he's like, "You promised you would fire me." By the end he's like, "Yeah, but I can't. We need you on. We're short on people. We can't fire you today."
Well, don't show up and you're guaranteed to get fired then.
Yeah. Oh man. Paul said he got 100 in geometry. I had it last, so it was a piece of cake in comparison. Yeah, geometry wasn't actually that bad. Yeah, I don't think it was. I'm still waiting to use the formula for the triangles, but hey. Vanessa said she did a double major, comp sci and math, 2 for the price of 1. Then I just did my master's in math in 2017.
Nice.
That's when she wasn't like working on trucks or restoring the family farm or doing
building the house.
Oh, okay. It's got to be this long. Exactly.
She wasn't wrestling a bear or anything. I had some free time.
Solving all the world problems.
Okay, you see that truss right up there? It's got to be 46. It can't be 45 degrees. It's got to be 46. Sorry, Vanessa. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we only kid just because we're jealous. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, I am jealous. I am.
No, I know. I'm being serious. Yeah.
It's like when I grow up, I want to be like her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Richie says, "What are your current beer pours?" We went off on a big tangent. LOL. Well, you saw my pour when I did get into the glass was the French toast. Oh, I know you got an evil twin there. Which one is that one?
Evil twin. This one is the pure and simple IPA is rarely pure and never simple.
Put it up there
It's
again. That's a heck of a title.
The pure and
It's
simple.
it's a double dry hop session IPA.
What's
ABV on it?
4.5.
Nice.
A double dry hop session IPA.
Yeah, I just picked it up yesterday. We get a lot of their offerings. I just don't always get them all the time. I saw it and was like, yeah, why not?
How much does that you back?
I think this one was like $3, maybe something.
And that was a pint can too, right?
It was. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So our the local bottle shop, if you get like 6 mix and matches, they'll give you like a 10% discount. So I just kind of grabbed that one because I already had 5. I was like, I need another one, so I saw that one and grabbed it, and it was fairly cheap. So
nice. So Gilbert had said we were told not to talk to Dylan, but he would talk to us and smoke darts and joints with us during breaks. See,
that's what I'm talking about.
Question is, when Bob Dylan talked to you, could you understand what Bob Dylan was saying?
Probably not.
Kind of like Ozzy Osbourne, right? When he talks, you can't understand some of the stuff he's saying, but when he sings, you can understand him perfectly. And with Ozzy, you need to sing that one to me. I don't know what
yeah, sing it back to me. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, you want McDonald's? All right, I'll be right back. Sharon, Big Mac, Sharon.
Yeah.
Sharon!
And Maria said, "Kiss of Death." I don't know what the Kiss of Death was for there. I'm trying to get caught up on everything, so I think I missed something there. But Vanessa, LOL. Dad's is in the house. Welcome, Dad's Incredible Barbecue
What's
Beer and
up?
More. Another good channel for you guys to be checking out too. And actually, a lot of people in here that have channels. In the comment section, the 3 dots next to their name, you can actually hit, and it'll take you to their channel and show some stuff. But Dad does barbecue and beer, and I'll send you something this weekend, Dad, so we can set up a collab to do some beer pairing with a barbecue type video as well. I'm going to make a note to get you that this weekend. He said it was my understanding there would be no math. So, Vanessa said I want to do more moose hunt in Alaska before I can't. Yeah, because
everybody wants to do that. Vanessa.
I'm like Vanessa. What have you not hunted? So,
yeah. For the UP of Michigan, and not have to go that far.
Yeah.
For now on, if everybody wants to say, "What do you want to do before you die?" Whatever Vanessa did, that's what I want to do.
Whatever Vanessa did, I'm going to do that.
That's what I want to do. That's my bucket list.
God, you can get your master's in mathematics.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
But you're a smart MF. People think you're a smart MFer if you get a master's in mathematics.
Smart ass MFer, maybe. I don't know about that, but.
And then Paul said, play on the Oscar Wilde line, I believe, talking about the Kiss of Death. I haven't done a lot of stuff with the Oscar Wilde thing. I know Oscar Wilde, but Rich says, I like the Evil Twin brews I've tried. Well-made brew. Yeah, they do a good job. And they actually have a brew in New York finally. So,
oh, do they? I thought
yeah.
Pretty much.
They were using Gypsy before. Yeah.
And Greg's reviews always talk shit about them all the time.
Hey guys, let's see what's in the fridge.
Let's see what's in the fridge today.
Greg's an OG though. Greg was one of the first ones I started watching, him and Joe D back in the day when I first got on here.
Is he still doing videos, Greg?
Yeah, he still does them. He still kicks them out all the time. Yeah. I think he's kind of ingrained to it because he has such a base now and stuff. I think he's getting like some of the income off of it. I don't know how much he's getting off of it, but I think he's at a level where he is getting something.
I know the age is kind of getting to him. I thought he might be saying, you know what, this may be and just living the good life kind of thing, and not doing maybe he enjoys doing them. So
Yeah, I think it looks like he does enjoy. I mean, he has marketing stuff that he does as well.
Yeah, I see those,
Merchandise I know
yeah.
that he is out there. So,
Mhm.
which I need to get some more merchandising and stuff myself out there, do some more marketing things. But I want to do more than just the t-shirts. Let's see here. And talking about the IPA Todd is drinking, Paul says, Richie says, Rod, am I on Patreon? I'm not. I think at one point I did set up a Patreon thing, but I'm actually on a PayPal thing as well. PayPal, and also if anybody was looking at getting kind of like a Brandon type thing, I have the store out there, which has the web address that's done through Square there as well on the screen. So that I know Eric's got a t-shirt before from there as well.
Yeah.
But I do in the description below in the video box, it has all the links to that and everything. So like I have PayPal, and then I have, I think what's the other ones? Something they do through Streamlabs or whatever, but those are kind of the ones I've set up in the past. But if anybody feels like they want to contribute and do some other stuff, feel free, and appreciate the support. It helps me definitely with the beer funds. So, and Gilbert says, moving on to Spencer Monk's Reserve Ale. So he's actually drinking that one now.
What do you think of that, Eric? Do you like it?
I need to do some more.
Oh, go ahead, Rod.
No, I just need to get some more of the Belgian ales uploaded. So,
yeah, I'm trying to find for malt. I'm going to try to do Malt Liquor Monday again. I'm trying to find Hurricane for the next Malt Liquor Monday, but if not, it might be.
Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Yeah, trying to find that, but if not, give me some suggestions on what I should do for Malt Liquor Monday. I obviously have the Natty Daddy.
You're asking us for Malt Liquor suggestions.
Yeah.
There's a Four Loco.
There's only so many here in Michigan, Rod. I mean, I don't want to have to travel all across the United States just to get a malt liquor.
Well, I'm trying to think because you're more versed on malt liquor than me and Todd, I think, on what's out there. You said you can't get the bulls, right? You can't get the red and the blue bull.
Well, I have to go all the way over to Detroit to get them. But I had the gold bull, and I didn't care for the gold bull. But I had the blue, and I like the blue. I like the blue a lot. But
just go to your local gas station and get whatever they have.
Well, they really only got Natty Daddies. Really don't.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then.
Well, and Bud Light Platinum, which is
what you could do is you could do a video.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
You do a video out on the street, like asking just some of the. I want to say the like, what's the malt liquor choice out here in the streets nowadays, and ask some of the people that are drinking out.
That would be a fantastic video. You should do it, Eric. Go to Detroit.
I don't know if I got the balls to do that.
Go to Detroit and just find where everybody's hanging out and be like, "What are you drinking in that bag?"
Hey man, hey, what is the choice out here on the streets now? I'm gonna get the malt liquor.
Hey man, what's the choice here on the streets, guys?
That would be fantastic.
Okay, so let's take a look here. I'm looking at Colt 45 to see what they had to offer on some of their stuff here. Let's help Eric find a malt liquor he should try. We have the Colt 45 double malt. Have you had that?
That's one I've never had, and I can't get it here.
You get the high gravity lager?
Nope, I don't get the high gravity one either. Well, I've had that too, but I can't get that.
The premium strong beer?
Nope, can't get that one.
The Blast by Colt 45?
Nope, can't get that. Oh, yeah, I think I can get Blast.
They got a strawberry lemonade. You can do that against Natty Daddy.
What 45 is that?
Yeah, Blast by Colt 45. They also have a raspberry watermelon. And they have a Colt 45 pile driver.
Oh God, how big is that?
It's only 5.9 ABV. Hey, I've had friends. I had two friends that had it. Average rating 3.63 on Untappd. Everyone 3.1. So not terrible.
That's a session malt liquor.
Yeah, they got a Blast by Colt 45. It just says grape.
Grape. That's all.
Grape. Great.
They have blueberry pomegranate blast by Colt 45. They have a fruit punch blast by Colt 45. Why are they trying to match these up to Kool-Aid flavors? I have no idea.
Hey Tom, how was that Four Local Gold?
You have to bring that up, did you?
Have you?
It makes my stomach hurt just thinking about it.
What about Colt 45 Power Master? Have you heard of that one?
I have not heard of that one. No.
That one either.
That one is 7.4 ABV.
Colt 45.
Colt 45 Silver.
God, how many beers do they have?
Oh,
That's what I was going to say.
Actually, that is a Canada release, so you have to get Gilbert to try that one.
Oh, shit. Special cans by Colt 45. You think people camp out in line for that?
Yeah, right? Colt 45. Bitch, there's no cutting.
That's right. Did you get your bracelet for that?
I'll stab you, bitch, if you cut.
Still reserve. Someone did say, Mary said still reserve 211, but you've done the still reserve 211.
I have done the Steel Reserve, the 6 and the 8%.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I think you should do a Edward Scissorhands double something.
Come on, man.
Definitely don't want to work the next day though.
Make sure it's on a freaking day off of work.
Well, have you done a still reserve 211 Alloy Series pineapple?
I've done the pineapple, I've done the blackberry, and the watermelon. I think I've done.
I'm a meat.
But those are kind of malt beverages. Those aren't malt liquors. So, and then someone said that those are malt beverages. Those aren't malt liquors. I'm like, come on, dude. They're under the 211 tag, so I'm putting it under malt liquor.
There's a still reserve 211 triple export. That's under malt liquor.
Yeah, I can't find that one unless I go down south.
Let me see here. Trying to think of some of the other ones out here. I was looking on here. Paul says you should get a stained white beater, a bunch of meth out hooker to make more money more often.
Yeah, a stained white beater and a bunch of.
Paul with the creativity.
Leave it to Paul to do that.
Oh, let me see here. You asked Eric about the Spencer Monks. He said it is a bit thin, LOL. That's usually Paul's line. Paul usually is big on the naming the beers that are thin. Richie said get it set up on Patreon. People will become Patreons and it'll be money. I'll take a look at it. I might have a page. I'll have to take a look at it, see if I have it there. Drinking some Westefaner beers tonight. Nice.
Those are good beers.
That's getting in the move, Oktoberfest. Hey, Todd, I'll meet you because I muted you because I had some feedback. Can Todd unmute himself? Right? Oh, I can unmute Todd, actually. I can unmute you. It's not like Google Hangouts for you to do it yourself. I can actually do it. That's funny. Huh. Let me see here. Richie said all the channels, whiskey do it. And hey, what's up, Scat Pack Jay? He says drinking a Voodoo Ranger Imperial. Welcome in. Glad to have you aboard.
Voodoo. Run it from MX.
I still haven't gotten the Juicifer. Have you guys tried that yet? I've had people tell me about the Juicifer.
That Voodoo series they're making a shit ton of stuff under that now.
Yeah, and I actually missed the I told you guys about the dark one they have, the Dark Ranger, and I can't find it anymore. I think I missed it, so I should have got it when I saw it before. Size in the house. Welcome, Size. Said we did a 40-ounce challenge. I went with Mickey's. It was actually not horrific.
Mickey's is good.
Mickey's isn't a bad one to do for sure. But the 40 doesn't have the pictogram inside the lid. Yeah. And Dad said Mickey's as well. So
Mickey's.
You do Mickey's, you gotta tap the bottle too when you're drinking it, right?
Yeah, because it's glass.
Yeah.
I guess I could do Magnum. I haven't done Magnum in a while.
And Dolly, hello, Rod, Jerky Treat, Todd, and Eric. Because Todd was doing jerky the night we were doing jerky, Todd.
Saturday. Yeah.
How was
That's what I was telling Eric when you were away. I said I was doing jerky Saturday
it all turned out well and everything. I know you were chomping down when we were doing the show.
Yeah, it was good. It's gone. It didn't last very long.
Yeah.
It went a little bit longer than anticipated, but on my back patio here, it's kind of dark. The lighting's not real good. So, and then my neighbor come over, so I was gone from our live chat there for a little bit.
Yeah, right.
So he kind of distracted me, and as I was drinking beer, talking to him, I was like, "Shit, I need to get it off." And then it was a little bit dark, but it was good though. I mean, it wasn't burnt, but it was a little bit longer than I wanted to. But it was good. It was good.
I bet the dog got to some of it too.
The dog?
Yeah.
No,
Dog didn't get any jerky?
not well. Maybe a couple pieces, but
Hey, we forgot to call Eric Blue Eyes tonight, by the way. I forgot all about that. Old Blue Eyes, like Frank Sinatra.
That's right.
Thanks, Shannon. Thanks to your wife.
That should be your theme song on your videos from now on.
The next time I'm gonna, instead of Eric Lyons, I'm gonna say Blue Eyes.
Eric
Blue Eyes.
And then you can do the Val Venus. Hello, ladies.
Hello, there you go.
Dad said drink a malt liquor back in the day called Crazy Horse. I forgot about Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse.
There you go. Why don't you do a segment? Why is it going to be malt liquor? Why don't you do a segment like on
Mad Dog 2020?
If you do like budget buys or something, and then you can do like Mad Dog, you can do Boone's Farm, you can do some of these other knockoff stuff. So then you're not limited to trying to find certain malt liquors.
Purple Passion.
It could be like budget buy Monday or something.
It could be your local gas station stop.
Gas station.
Whatever, yeah.
You'd be broke down Mondays.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, the Bud Light Platinum, they wanted like $2.78 for. I'm like, I'm not paying $2.78 for a malt liquor, dude. I'm not doing it.
Your title could be "Bitch, I'm Broke Mondays."
Bitch, I'm broke.
Ice House.
Sure. Your local Circle K Monday.
I think you have a wide range of stuff you can choose. I mean,
broke ass Mondays.
I love it.
Get the rose out there. Get
Oh,
tequila. Big Cisco. Get the little Cisco out there.
Boone's Farm, though. There you go. Boone's Farm.
Little Nightbird. Oh man, that's some bad stories from those days.
I don't want to relive Mad Dog 2020 days.
Just makes my stomach hurt thinking about it.
Yeah. Makes me want to puke is what it wants to be.
Richie said to Paul, do you like Gore Guts and Autopsy? A couple other bands, I believe, there. And Sai says, why would you do this to yourself voluntarily?
What, Sai? Drink this, buddy? Drink this, daddy? Because I can. That's why. It's because I can.
And Richie says, Raj, you have the best beard on YouTube. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I had that big beard growing from when I was injured. I couldn't really shave to get the other side of my hand because my hands actually started to come back now. So finally yesterday I decided to touch it up a little bit. Kind of went out with a fresh tee at this point. So, but it was like getting all like Christmassy St. Nicholas type feel. We went to Old Charlie's and the little baby kept like looking over trying to touch me and stuff like that, and my wife's like, "Oh, he probably thinks you're Santa Claus." Like,
yeah, need the red hat on, you'd be good to go.
Yep.
I had to shave mine down recently though because it was getting all it was bushy and wiry. I was like, I couldn't get it to look right.
Yeah, and now because now we're in the 2019s or 20s or whatever. It's like now I got to use beard oil, so I put the beard oil on there too to get that silky feel. Never had beard oil back in the day.
You just went with it.
Doing some brute aftershave, you were good to go.
That's right. Just throw a little on, you're good. Hit your blue light special, he was all right.
Blue light special.
There's a thing from wrestling. Who had the best catchphrase as a wrestler?
The best what?
Like who came up with the best catchphrases as a wrestler?
Ooh.
Because that was one thing they asked Stone Cold in there, and he was actually talking about The Rock, how The Rock had come across so many, especially in the later years.
He was good for quick-witted one-liners.
Yeah. Because Stone Cold was good, too.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Rock is up there, of course.
Yeah, the Rock probably maybe top one for sure.
Yeah.
Flair was pretty good though.
Yeah, Flair's got to be up there too. High styling, jet flying, you put together. You got to have Flair in the mix.
Yeah.
God, who else was a good shit talker?
Booker T was pretty good and stuff.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Oh man, drawing a blank now.
Yeah, I can't think of really anybody. Maybe Stevie Ray, his partner at the time, and when they were Harlem Heat.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like the DX, like Road Dogg had some pretty good stuff at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Yeah.
He's still quick.
Degenerate.
He is.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan too. He had some pretty good stuff for a while. You know, like 80s and 90s and stuff. You get the, you know what I'm going to do, brother. You know, you start running it down. And of course, in Rocky 3, his cameo, Thunder Lips.
Yep, Thunder.
Thunder Lips.
Which part of the time I've been here laid up and stuff. Where I went back to work the other day, I was watching Balboa, which I actually thought Balboa was actually pretty good for what they did. It almost made you forget about Rocky 5.
Mm-hmm.
And going through and seeing some of the stuff there, it was actually pretty good put together. But
yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I thought they did a real good job with Creed. I haven't seen Creed 2 yet though, but
I haven't seen Creed yet.
Yeah, I still gotta watch Creed. I've never watched Creed either.
It's pretty good.
It's been on like FX and AMC, but I kind of want to watch it like uncut and everything. Although,
yeah,
I mean, that much I'm going to miss because it was like a PG movie anyway.
Yeah.
Like I thought they did a really good job of like bringing in scenes from like the original Rocky. You know, kind of like a flashback or whatever.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah, when Apollo Creed was there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I still think Rocky 3 is the best Rocky in my mind.
Is that the one where he goes up against a Russian?
No, that's Mr. T. He goes
that was Mr. T. Yeah.
Russian is number 4. A lot of people like the Russian one, but I like he did. Yeah, Mr. T. He was going against. You had Hulk Hogan in there. You had the death of Mickey. I mean, you had a lot of stuff going on in that one.
Yeah.
You had Apollo Creed having to come back to train Rocky. You know, his nemesis is now his buddy helping him out. I mean, there was a lot of stuff happening in Rocky 3.
Yeah, 3 was good. Yeah, 3 was good. I agree. 4 was good too, though, the Russian and all that. But 3 was pretty good.
Yeah. And let me see here. And Paul, I responded back to Richie. He did like the Gore Guts and Autopsy. And Paul, Richie said, awesome, brother. Cy said, it's all going downhill since Split, Malt Liquor, the OML. They didn't make some of the 40s like we used to have back in the day in high school. Like, because the one that was like the Coke 25, that they don't make that anymore. It's like Coke 900 or something. It was actually more potent. St. Ides, you got St. Ides there, right?
Yep, I got St. Ides. Yep, I've done St. Ides.
Do they do any variations of anything?
I could do the what is it? There's another Natty Daddy kind of version out there. What is it? Somebody said in the comments earlier tonight
about the Natty.
Yeah. There's a watermelon, and there's like one other one.
Well, I know I was reading the ones about the other beer that had the watermelon stuff.
I thought Natty Daddy had variants of it.
It may.
That wasn't the spritzer, was it?
I don't think it was, Todd.
Nowadays, anything being out there.
Mm-hmm.
Got Pabst in their hard coffee, which I haven't tried yet. Only available.
I haven't seen that one.
It's only like in 5 states. Pennsylvania is the closest to any of us.
Oh, okay.
I was going to try to pick out some if I'd have went in for Fresh Fest because they would have had it in Pittsburgh.
Paul needs to do one of those.
Paul says I found beard oil after I shaved off my mega beard.
So grow the mega beard back, buddy.
Let me see. Gilbert says there should be a Garth moment every time there is a thin beer. Size of liquor store blues. Standing at the liquor store, whiskey coming through my pores. Feel like I run the whole block. I don't think it's cheap here. That's why you can catch me here. I think that was a rap going to a poem.
It was. Was he trying to bust some rhymes there?
Trying to scratch my way to the top. Cause my job's got me going nowhere, so I ain't gonna lose. Taking me to a place where I don't care. Just me and my liquor store blues. Writing a song.
Hell, soaring to number one.
To the top. Makings of a song there, my friend. Best phrase, can you feel what the rock is cooking? So Dolly and Beanie, that's their response. Now
go ahead, Rob.
That's can you smell, isn't it? Can you smell what the rock's cooking?
Yeah, but for ladies it's feel sometimes.
Oh, feel, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I like Austin's when he won the King of the Ring, and he said, Austin 316 says I just whooped your ass.
Yeah, that's a good one. 316.
God, how long ago was that when he won the King of the Ring? Back in 92?
Was it that far back?
I think so. I was early.
Yeah. I would say as far as catchphrase, like whenever the crowd gets hyped, like Dudley Boys, and he says, Devon, get the table. I think anybody else had any catchphrases that were out there really.
That's the bottom line. Stone Cold said so.
Really, Stone Cold and Rock dominated for so long, like with the catchphrases there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I said, like Val Venus, "Hello, ladies" was his thing.
Yeah. Hello, ladies.
Yeah, let's see here. Cy says Roddy Piper. I'm so quick I can spit in the wind, duck, and let it hit the old lady behind me. Roddy Piper say that?
Did Piper say it? Yeah. Did Piper say that?
I don't know.
Of course, he had Macho Man too. With the, oh yeah, that's like well known too.
Dig it. His Dig It reference. Yeah.
Yeah, he had to dig it, and then I don't know if Hogan can actually just go into her brother, whatever it was.
I was going to say the exact same thing. It's like, what about Hogan? Brother.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Eat your vitamins. Get your vitamins. Eat your vitamins.
Richie said, do you or any of the gents have side hustles? I have a nice full-time job, but being in the Bay Area, I need some side hustles, so I have eBay and sports betting. There you go.
Not for me. I don't know.
I used to actually do stuff. I used to sell stuff on eBay, and I used to go to estate sales, and I would buy stuff that I would find and then resell it like on eBay and stuff, which would add up for a few dollars here and there. I thought about doing like Amazon delivery on the side just because it's an easy thing for a couple hours and they pay well. I have a friend that does that at our job now, like Saturday or Sunday, she'll just deliver stuff. But outside that, the side hustle is more the craft beer, which sometimes they do send me beer and it does work out because I don't have to go buy beer because they sent me beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
That's been a while.
I need something, but I ain't got anything.
Yeah. I don't got anything either time.
Well, where Richie's out in the Bay Area, there was a report that came out earlier this year talking about like out there in San Francisco, like 125,000, 122 to 125 is now considered low income in that area. Crazy. And then Paul said Piper and Macho were great. Yeah. Cy said right. And RIP from Undertaker.
Yeah.
Did he say RIP though?
He said rest in peace. Rest. And then he'd pause and then in, and then he'd pause and peace.
Oh, there you go. Paul said, "Have a nice day from mankind." Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Sensational Sherry. Sherry Martelli. Gilbert says, when clean shaven a few weeks ago.
I bet you're getting the ladies down, aren't you, Gilbert, with the clean shave?
Mr. Val Venus out there. Is Rocky 3 where the girl falls off the cliff and he went back in time to marry Sarah Connor and kill the predator? You're making a whole new movie.
Yeah, I like it.
Going to something, which they are coming out with the new Terminator. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. They got a new Terminator movie coming out.
Oh God!
And it's actually got the lady that was the original Sarah Connor and Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, but he's not. I don't know what his role is as the Terminator. I don't know if he's there to protect her and the son again or what. Because there's a new Terminator in there as well.
I like the Rambo movies with Stallone.
Yeah. Did you watch the last one that came out?
No, I didn't watch the last one.
No. Which it
wasn't bad.
How can you go back into it again? But it kind of made sense. Like he never felt comfortable coming back here. The characters, he stayed over there in Vietnam, so he kind of knew the land. So you can see why somebody might ask him to try to help or whatever. But yeah, it's like Stallone's the oldest man out there kicking ass in movies. Gilbert Richie's asking favorite whiskey of 2019. It is August. Paul says they want me to do a Natter Day. I just can't. Paul, do the Natter Day. If
no, do it, Paul. Do it.
Natter Day. Do the Natter Day. I'm telling you, it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Everybody I've known that has tried it has said pretty much the same thing. Like
it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not as bad as what you think it's going to be. I'll put it that way.
And then Gilbert said to Richie, "That's a tough one." So yeah, because Gilbert has a lot of good whiskeys.
And boiling it at 160, 180 degrees might make it bad, Paul.
Yeah. You don't let that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Gilbert said so far it's been 4 roses, small batch select, well worth to buy.
I like some 4 roses, small batch.
Paul says, I'm my own hooker and pimp. Does that count? I do need to slap myself down when I hold back money from myself.
Jesus, Paul, come on.
Let me see here. Dolly asking, you make a jerky video, Todd. She has an oven. I'm telling you, Todd, get a channel started.
Todd, get one going, buddy.
Yeah, possibly. Who knows?
He's like, yeah.
You can make a jerky video.
I could do beer and smoking meat.
Let me be careful with that title.
Well, that wasn't the title. I'd have like 1 million subscribers in like 24 hours. Like false advertisement. Rod. As soon as I said it, I was like, "Oh no, bring it back, bring it back."
Buster Rod, bring it back, rewind. Size so far, my favorite whiskey for 2019 is Knob Creek Single Barrel Cast Strength. I need to get my whiskey games up. Paul Dolly says she's your pimp. It's hard out here for a pimp. Eric says Balbear 99 third release to Aaron Malt, the Bothy third release this year's batch of Hazelburn 10 and JP Wise 19-year-old season note. Just throwing all kinds of stuff out there. And then Paul says, excellent, you're hired. So just saw one Rocky when the fat dude throws out the turkey in the alleyway. Which one did they throw the turkey out?
There was a turkey out?
It had to be Paulie, so he was the fat dude. I'm sure.
Yeah, it had to be Paulie. Yeah,
was that the original or number 2?
Oh no, let me take a look here so I can see.
I thought Paulie had the meat market.
Well, he did. I mean, so he'd have access to the turkey.
But is turkey like considered meat, or is it considered like a poultry?
Poultry is meat.
Potato.
Yeah. What do you consider meat? I guess. And what do you consider
That's the original Rocky, 1976. That's when the turkey scene.
I'll say I was thinking it was either the first one or the second one.
I consider poultry still meat, although people try to, oh, it's poultry. It's not, meat. It's fish. It's fish. So it's like, no, it's still meat. It's still a living organism.
True.
Let me see here. Paul says any film that sounds Arnold's age as a Terminator is ridiculous. Dolly said, my mom would have slapped me for wasting food. Yeah. It's only in the movies where you throw out a turkey like that. It's kind of like
there's some starving kids in Africa that would love to have this.
We all heard that speech as kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's even like the scene from Christmas Story when the dogs come running in, the turkey stuff falls. Second rule.
He can't really cuss, but he's cussing them out.
Yeah. My dad was a turkey fiend or whatever he called him. Like, and then the whole lamp thing is hilarious. Like, I could have swore I heard Tap playing it.
Fragile.
Yeah, Fragile.
This is always a classic. That's a classic movie every year. For me, I think it kind of replaces A Wonderful Life as a film to watch about Christmas.
Wonderful Life's a good movie, though.
Oh, it definitely is. But so is Christmas. So is Christmas Vacation too.
Yeah, that's a classic. And Elf also.
Elf. I've never seen Elf all the way.
What?
Really?
I just never seen it all the way through. Don't know why. Just had it.
Me either.
Die Hard's another good Christmas movie.
Yeah, Die Hard. People did the debate every year. Like, no, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is. Yep.
It was a good
motherfucker.
There was a movie that Dennis Leary did years ago called The Ref, was actually done with Christmas as well. That was actually a pretty good movie too, with him and Kevin Spacey, and I think it was Annette Bening might have been the wife. But
what was it called again?
It's called
The Ref.
The Ref. Yeah, it was a good movie.
I think it was Annette Bening actually.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in forever.
Yeah. I used to love Dennis Leary's stand-up. He used to crack me up on the stand-up, his rants. He was one of the better rant comedians out there.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Kinison, bless his soul, he was one of the funniest rant comedians for sure.
Yeah, he'd go off his little tangents.
You had the good setup. You set up so like smoothly, everything like the whole low voice, and you just start ripping into it. Oh, Malta to Montreal. What's going on, Swami? It's been a while. Says
it has been a while.
What's up?
Where in the hell have you been?
He's been seeing the world, I bet.
I bet he has.
Eric said West Court cast strength 62% is up there too, Richie. So they're running down all their stuff there. And scroll down. All of a sudden the comments started getting more.
They're talking about whiskey, that's why.
Also, I'm copywriting this. Sai says the JP Weiser is pricey for the ratings. Malta knows whiskeys too. So my whiskey of the year so far is the Glenronach 24 Grandeur. Poultry is still meat, Eric. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Paul.
I understand that, Paul. I understand
that. Donner passed whiskey in the house. What's up, Donner? It's been a while too, my friend.
I've got a lot of whiskey folks in this chat tonight.
Yeah, well, I met a few like through Swami and some of the others channels and stuff. I need to get back on my whiskey game. Well, I need to get a whiskey game, I should say. So I don't drink it enough to really pick up. Although back in the '90s when I bartended, I was definitely more informed back then. Paul said I don't consider malt liquor beer.
It is beer, Paul.
It's beer. Blackguard 6.1 is a close second. Malta says as well. Richie says Todd definitely needs a channel for beer and whatever he likes. I agree. He's trying to get Todd off his ass to do something.
Should maybe.
Shannon,
Although Joe always talks about how bad he is, I would for sure be terrible at it.
why do you think?
My reviews on here are always so bad.
No, they're not. They were good.
I hope they're all right, John.
You're just being nice.
Vanessa says meat is not tofu. And then Malta says hello to Donner. So is yeast, so beer can't be vegan. Now we're getting vegan. The vegan.
Oh,
Here we
that
go.
was the vegan debate.
Here we go.
He says hashtag hard facts. And then Paul says modern times makes vegan beer. Oh, let's see here. Malton says squirrel. Dolly says I love screws, but with that guy with really arched eyebrows.
Oh, and the night before Christmas, yeah.
And says my uncle has it. And trying to keep up on this now. Oh, there's another Gremlin. Like no one ever talks about
Gremlins. Yeah,
Christmas movie as well. You know,
totally is.
When did the Gremlins come out?
Oh, that was like in the 80s.
80.
I know, but what, like,
We didn't do that. I think Atari.
Six, maybe.
I played on 2600 Gremlins, as a matter of fact, back then.
I don't remember being a Christmas movie when it came out.
That's when
Oh
he got
yeah, that's when he got Gizmo.
it was a Christmas gift
Yeah,
from the dad.
went to Chinatown to get him.
But that wasn't it the same dad from Christmas Story? In Gremlins? Let me see the Gremlins cat.
No, I don't think so.
A different dad?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think it was the same guy.
You're probably right.
Yeah, it was like in the wintertime in Gremlins because he was.
What I want to.
Yeah, it was Dick Miller was the guy that played that guy. It wasn't the same guy.
What are some good Christmas horror movies? I know Paul's probably going to chime in because I know he's a horror fan.
Christmas horror movies?
Yeah. This might be right up Paul's alley. Paul should be able to tell us what a.
Wasn't that was the night before Christmas? Wasn't that a horror one?
I don't really consider that one really a horror though. I kind of consider that more of a drama.
I thought
it could. Yeah, it could be. It could be either or. I think maybe.
There was one. Oh wait a minute. There was one with. I know there was some murder ones that were Christmas that were kind of some blood gore type movies too.
I want to say Saw came out like right around Christmas, but
it'd be like some B-rated movies.
Bolton and Montreal says, "When the fuck are we talking about Christmas? It's freaking August."
Well, yeah,
it is Oktoberfest time anyway.
Well, Krampus was a Christmas horror movie.
What was?
Krampus. That was in 2015.
Here
you go. The 17 best Christmas horror movies. Let's see what's on this list here.
Paul P.A. Bruno says Silent Night, Deadly Night. Do you remember that?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Santa Claus, it was like an axe or whatever. He's going down the chimney.
Yeah.
Black Christmas, 1974. Christmas Evil, 1980.
Yep. P.A. Bruno says Christmas Evil. Yeah.
Christmas Horror Story, 2015. Dead of Night, 1945. Eyes Wide Shut, 1999. That was supposed to be a scary Christmas movie.
Eyes Wide Shut.
I think everybody
Really?
was giving a gift in that movie.
Huh.
I mean,
that's the Tom Cruise movie, right?
Yeah, everybody, boom, chicka, wah, wah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's
I don't see that being horror.
Okay.
Like swing away. It listed Gremlins on here. Holidays 2015. Jack Frost had listed here.
Oh yeah.
Then they had Krampus as well. And The Nightmare Before Christmas was listed. Rare Exports, that's 2010. Santa Claus, 1996.
Yep, Santa Claus, yep.
Santa's Sleigh, 2005. Then there's The Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2, 1987. Scent 2010. Never heard of that one.
Sit.
Scent, SINT.
Oh,
Wow.
mm.
Apparently, in 1972, there was Tales from the Crypt and All Through the House. I didn't know Tales from the Crypt went back that far.
Mm.
So those are the ones this guy listed on here as the best Christmas horror movies.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of those has Paul actually seen.
Paul's a big horror buff, so you.
No, that's what I mean. I wonder how many of those he's actually seen.
Yeah.
Cy says sleigh balls. It might be a porno.
Sleigh.
Sleigh balls.
Gilbert's going for the West Cork now. They're rebooting Die Hard. They don't need to reboot Die Hard. Just stop Hollywood. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
I did see they're making a Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out too. Forgot his name, an older one with George Scott. I think that was one for the horror movies. Christmas Vacation, when cat explodes and leaves the burn mark. I like the squirrel. I like the squirrel in the tree for the Christmas Vacation.
Will Clark is back ahead, not left. They use all of them.
And then when the police show up and the wife's cupping his balls, it's like catching the coat and smacking with the hammer. What was the one with Al Bundy? That was Dutch with Al Bundy. I remember that one. That was actually a pretty good one. The movie Dutch. West Cork is a great value, Cy said. M&M. Well, thanks. Appreciate that. We try to keep it entertaining for sure, my friend. Appreciate you being here with us. Just recalled he is a dude from Beetlejuice. Who is the dude from Beetlejuice? Which dude from Beetlejuice? Let me see here. Any beers or drums tonight? SWA. Drewski's still in the house. I am the Whiskey Randy. What's up, Drewski? You've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, Drewski, where you been?
Side says whiskey is life.
Oh, now we're starting to get in.
Whiskey Throttle in the house. Hey, what are you donkeys up to? Look at Throttle.
Thanks, fucker. Thanks.
They got you with a second shift now, Throttle. You got your little late or a third shift. When is the third shift? Third shift's like through the night, right? Like 12 to 8 or something.
Well, guys, I'm gonna take off here because I got to work in the morning. It's midnight, and that's usually when I shut her down. So for me, I'm out.
Yeah, probably get ready to shut it down too. But if it's for you,
I'm gonna do my PSA here, guys.
There you go. Let me get Whiskey Throttle out of your face.
Thanks. All right, guys, if you had too much to drink, please get a designated driver because it's stupid to drive home drunk because if you do, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. They're going to make you do the stupid-ass sobriety test and get a free ride to jail. Then you have court fees and possible prison time. And then if you hit or kill somebody, you guys know you're going to be in the slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all I've done is hurt your family, friends, and put yourself 6 feet under. Just sleep off your buzz, get your car the next day. Take advantage of the apps on your phone. Get an Uber. Get a Lyft, call for a taxi, have someone at the bar call for a taxi for you. Because in this day and age, you're going to have thousands upon thousands of dollars in court costs, and you're just going to get yourself in a world of hurt. So please don't drive home drunk, guys.
Yeah. So that being said, don't do it, or Eric will come break your kneecaps.
I was going to say that.
Ball bats.
Yeah, I better just not say that. That's fine.
And Dolly with the key line. I only drink when I have to make my boyfriend look prettier.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Zing.
Good thing,
Yeah. Well, have a great Friday tomorrow, my friend. Probably get ready to end it here too. But I think you gotta get off too, don't you, Todd? You gotta head in.
Probably.
I was just trying to get caught up when the comments keep flowing in now. It's like,
hey man, you're on till when you say till you're done, dude. I'm
actually going to therapy tomorrow, so probably should rest, get ready to get the hand ready. But yeah.
All right, guys, take it easy, guys.
All right, say Eric.
And let me know if you're around. I might do some hangouts this weekend, as a matter of fact. So
all right. All right, I will. But guys, I do have a pretty good weekend ramble.
Oh yeah, what's going on your channel?
Oh yeah.
So I got the weekend ramble, which I think you guys are gonna like. You're probably gonna be like, Eric, what the hell, dude? So see, Rod, over here already laughing.
I gotta know about the techno.
All right, you'll get a good because it goes beyond techno.
Uh-oh.
So there's that, guys, and we're gonna start. I don't know, like you guys have seen in my last week, I kind of been easing, kind of been doing the YouTube stuff, kind of when I kind of feel like it, but with football season kind of starting and baseball season kind of winding down, I'll be doing probably more kind of football related videos, NFL and college football related videos. So in the baseball, even though I really haven't done much with the baseball stuff, I'll be winding that down. So that's pretty much what's going to be coming up here on the channel, along with the beer review stuff. So that's pretty much all I got.
Hey, before you go, you got time to take a call real quick?
From who?
Stables.
Yeah, I'm looking for a horseman.
A horseman?
A horseman goes by the name of Rick.
Not here.
Are you a horseman?
I could be. What can I do for you?
Friday night, you can see me at War Games. Bring all your horsemen, because I will have Moondog Spot, Moondog Rex, and the Monkey Brothers. Yeah, I'm looking for a horseman goes by the name of Rick Flair.
Don't know him.
Could I leave a message?
I guess.
All right, write this down. Tell him it's Big Dust,
Okay.
the American Dream.
Okay.
Tell him to meet me Friday night, Starcade.
Meet you at the Stockade.
Yeah, Starcade, Friday night.
I don't know what you're wasting your time for.
Is this Baby Doll? Baby Doll, I know that was you Jezebel! Hello, I'm looking for some horsemen.
I've got plenty. How many you need?
4.
4 horsemen.
Yes, sir. This is Big Dust calling on behalf of Crocker Promotions.
Can't hardly understand what you're saying, but
Sorry, I got a little bit of a lisp. What about Chris Benoit? Oh, he did. Sorry.
no, I don't really know what you're talking about.
Is this J.J. Dillon's?
No.
Don't lie to me, J.J.'s. You and I go way back, Jack.
Well, it ain't JJ. You got the wrong person.
Don't mess with the American dream, J.J. My eyes are open as big as silver dollars, Jack.
Well, you got the wrong guy.
You and I, J.J., leather strap match. Dustin Rhodes is the master of the strap match. J.J. Dillon, you a yellow dog.
I had to send you off with a smile going into the Friday night, into the Friday morning, I should say.
I'll laugh harder every time I hear that. It's so funny. It's so good.
That's classic right there. So
Friday night.
I actually bring those back now on StreamYard because I couldn't do it on Google. R.I.P. Dusty Rose.
No, Eric, you're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute, Eric.
Shit. Who was the lady he was talking about in the video? The chick?
He was like, what was her name? He's calling her Jezebel. He was the
Jezebel, I know that you, Jezebel.
He was Baby Doll, the old stage manager.
Baby Doll. Yeah.
It's the part when he says, sorry, a little bit of a lisp that gets me every time.
Yeah, a little bit of a lisp.
I thought to put a smile on your face before you had to head out there. So.
That's so good.
All right, guys, take it easy. Have a good day. Rod, if you're still going to be on, have a good rest of the live stream, dude.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
See you, Eric.
See you, Eric. Yeah, so that was one of the old ones we haven't done in a while for sure. So
Yeah, that's been a while.
yeah,
That was always so funny. I always just crack up when I see that one.
yeah. When Throttle said there are new movies and Christmas is overrated, just like Malton Montreal. Shots fired. Shots fired. I don't know. May have the guy that made Christmas Story also do a Santa slasher movie too. May have. Dolly says, I like the one where the mom says, Junior, get your stew. I think Night of the Living Dead or The Hills Have Eyes. Night of the Living Dead is just like a timeless classic, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just got the good suspense with it. It's kind of the old Hitchcock type movies. It just has the suspense. You didn't have to have all the gore, all kind of stuff because it all played in your head, which made it nice.
And the hills have eyes. That's just whack.
Yeah. But I did watch the first season of the Haunted Hill, what is it on Netflix?
Oh, the Haunting of Hill House or something like that.
That actually turned out to be pretty good.
That's a good. That was a solid. That was a good one.
That's coming back here in 2020. So
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was telling me how good it was. I finally got a chance to watch it while I was out of commission, and looking forward to seeing the next season now. And I want to go see it too when that comes out, actually, because that's
that ought to be pretty good.
I thought the first one he did was pretty good. So the crazy ass clown. Now, what do my people? Were you afraid of clowns as a kid?
Not me, but Shannon is.
Yeah,
she still is today.
Really? Like so? She went go see it, or was she watching?
Oh no, God no.
What about like Chucky? Was she watching any Chucky movies?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that.
Kind of clown-like, but I mean, it's a doll, so I don't know.
It's something about like a grown ass man or something wearing makeup, like clownish type stuff. I don't know. Because like at her nursing home, they used to bring in clowns at some point for like some of the old residents or whatever, and she'd go lock herself in like the med room or something. She wouldn't come out until they were gone. It was like a phobia of some sort. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Kind of freak her out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let me see here. The throttle S happened to my arm. I actually fractured my wrist a few weeks ago, so kind of got like a little split thing on here. But I've been off from work like the last 3 weeks, so I'll be heading back next Monday for the first time getting back. Drewski said a Christmas cast, right? So yeah, because I got the red and the white.
Yeah, it does kind of, yeah.
She was like, "What color tape do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, red is fine or whatever." Like that. She's like, "Yeah, because we don't really carry dark blue because where I got it done at, they don't support Michigan because of the blue. So I couldn't. They had no dark blue for that. And they had a light blue because of Kentucky, but so basically the Ohio State colors. So Dolly says saw all the movies. Are they all around Christmas? The Saw movies?
I haven't seen all those.
Yeah. And then Drewski said Candy Cane Cast. I haven't seen them all either. Bearded Hops in the house. What up? What up? What up? Bearded Hops. You guys are up late tonight. I've been giving you a shout out earlier, telling people to check out your channel, my friends. Some good stuff there. So hopefully some of these guys will swing by and you'll see some of the people starting to watch some of your stuff. Great time last night being on the channel as well, of course. Paul says, "Yep, Larry Drake was the killer in the Tears from the Crypt one, Tales from the Crypt one." And Dolly says, "Gremlins is the first movie I saw with my first and true love." Oh, It's the Shining. Shining isn't Christmas though. That was just during the winter when he dies. Okay,
right? Yeah.
They started living in it when it's like the end of the summer or something. I think that's a good movie. That's always a good movie though.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was in the summer when they first moved in.
Malta says, "Stop self." No, that was not the case, my friend. Although you could break a wrist, you know what I'm saying? Donald said in dreams tonight, Daniel. Says just a beer at the moment. What are you drinking there, Throttle? By the way, I don't think you said what you were drinking there. Why can't I super chat you, Rob? Because I'm not at that criteria, son. I don't have 4,000 watch time in minutes yet, so I'm only like at 2,600. I got the subscribers. I don't have the watch time. I'm just here for the people, so it's all good. It's all entertaining. Michael Keaton was Beetlejuice, yes, and he was Batman, the first Batman. Yeah, he was Jack Frost as well. Michael Keaton has some pretty good acting skills. I mean, he did one that was Pacific something out in California whenever he was like a renter in his house.
Yeah.
Heights.
Yeah.
They couldn't get rid of him. Really good movie.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And he also did Bachelor Party, which was a good, funny movie too.
And Multiplicity, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Multiplicity was actually. You're not supposed to sleep with the wife. Let's see here. I don't know what I don't know what it was before that, but Swami said, "Not if I'm Caitlyn Jenner." Beardy said, "That's why I drink at home." Don't forget, if you get killed, you may get necrophiled by yours truly.
Oh,
Todd and Eric are always great. Yes, they are. They're always great. And occasionally we
well,
have
thank
shows
you.
too. So yeah. So Todd and Eric are as much of the show as I am. So I always appreciate having Todd and Eric on here. We all put this together, and hopefully you guys enjoy it because we like kind of try to design it kind of like a podcast type show. So hopefully you guys are having a great time there. Let's see. We gotta get Todd to get his own channel as well, though.
I know.
LOL, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Ric Flair is just so solid. Let's see here. Oh, we're talking about the sports. Paul, of course, sports talk. I'm so excited.
Tuning out. He's done.
Paul's the intellectual. He's not into sports as much. Eric said a peach ale from Dubizi in Brazil earlier. He told Throttle. Let me see here. Catch up the most that I can catch up. Throttle said that was the longest goodbye. Yeah, boy, you like Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye.
Yeah, that's right.
The yesterday. Yeah. Mindhunter's second season is out. So I have not seen Mindhunter. I heard it's a lot of good stuff about it. So I do want to watch the first season and the second season now.
Same here.
I just started watching Black Mirror, which was the first time I started getting after hearing about it for like the last few years. Again, getting through everything else that I had. When you have like 3 weeks off, you're like, oh, I mean, you can't do anything pretty much because you can't lift anything with one of your arms. You're like, I guess I'll just have to watch some Netflix or hang out for a bit. And started getting stuff out the way. Caught up on Snowfall. Last episode was really good.
Oh, I gotta watch. Yeah, I haven't watched the last one yet. I'm caught up until the most recent one.
It's about to get crazy, son. Next week is
That show was so good.
Yeah. This one, they really got into some stuff. It's crazy how they got into. Oh my god! And one of the you're gonna be like, they didn't cut away on that. Like, I can't even tell you what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be like you're gonna be shocked when you see the scene. Yeah,
I gotta watch it now. I gotta watch it tomorrow.
Yeah. So I said Hill House is good and get another season. The story S2 is based off is great. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the second season now when I come down because it said 2020 when I finish that one. I kind of hope that, and I don't know if I'm going to get the Disney streaming service or not, but since they got the Marvel stuff, if they're going to actually release stuff there now, possibly. I'm hoping that might be the plan why maybe Netflix had lost them. Because, I mean, they had some good series going on with the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, we're watching Jessica Jones right now.
Yeah. I finished Jessica Jones when I was off the last few weeks too.
I think we're episode 4 or 5 now. I can't remember.
It's kind of like I wonder if they were to get to the point in the comics, like if there's something where they're going to kind of try to get back true to that if they do bring it back, or they're going to kind of leave it on a different plane. Because in the comics, her and Luke Cage are actually connected. So
yeah,
let's see.
Which has kind of started out at the very beginning, like the first season they were, he was in it, and then he's kind of gone away.
Yeah, because they had a different. Well, once it was kind of like she killed his wife, so I mean, it's kind of like I need some time for that, right?
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't your fault.
But so far this season, I've not been too happy with the way they're doing. Like, what's her friend's name that has the radio show?
Oh yeah,
and she's trying to be a superhero now too. I'm like,
I think as you watch it, you'll understand why they're doing it.
Okay.
Setting up something with her as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're just early. We're not even. We might be halfway through. I don't know. We're maybe getting ready to start episode 5. I think actually.
Yeah. And then Dolly says, "I was scared to go to the movie theater bathroom after it." See, it never bothered me. The last movie that I ever watched that actually kind of bothered me, where it was almost like, I wouldn't say I had a nightmare, but it would get into my dreams and stuff, was probably the Blair Witch Project when it originally came out.
I thought that was good when it first came out.
Yeah, I thought it was good, and I was like, into it, and it's kind of like, so I would have dreams of like being in the forest and stuff like that and trying to figure my way out. That bothered me for a couple nights, but I don't really get too much freaked out on some of the stuff on some of the other movies that I've actually seen.
Yeah, I don't either too much. I used to, but I don't much anymore.
Sai says Mindhunter would keep you up at night. Very well done. Well, that's good. Be interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that.
Dolly says she hates clowns. Says her aunt hates Chucky. Have you or Todd seen the horror series American Horror Story? I saw the first couple. Any thoughts? I saw the first couple seasons, but I kind of fell off of it. And I think it was something where when it initially came out, it might have been on Monday night. And I was watching Monday Night Football for my fantasy teams. I stopped watching it at some point and never got back into it. I thought it was well done the first couple seasons, though.
I watched the first couple, and then can't remember what season it was. I just kind of stopped watching it, and then I picked up one where they were doing the carnival type thing, and it was decent. But
Yeah.
I do want to check out this year's because it looks like they're doing like a
1984,
like a Friday the 13th type thing to it. So I might check this season out. So I haven't seen them all because after the first couple, like the very first one, I thought was great, and after that, it was just kind of like,
yeah, I like
kind of weird or odd. I don't know.
I like how they do different montages each season and stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing actually this one. I might get back into it again. I tell you what, right now though, I'm actually into The Terror. I don't know if you started watching that or not on
No.
on AMC. That's really, really good.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like taking place like in 1942, 1942, 43, somewhere around there. It was right after Pearl Harbor was hit.
Oh, yeah.
Guys on there, and they're like in the Japanese camps and stuff like that, and something's happening that's affecting people. It's actually pretty good, pretty suspenseful.
I remember that coming out, but I never watched any of it.
Yeah. And then Bearded Hop says, "Sweet, thank you. Yeah, about to head off to bed soon. LOL. Well, cheers. Thanks for swinging by. Definitely appreciate it, my friend, and we'll definitely connect some more." Sai said, "I liked American Horror Story. I loved the last season. That was a revisit to all the previous. Wrapped up well. Nice. I did start watching Nosferatu. That was actually, I thought, pretty good on that show. And that's got the guy that was like the young Spock in the new Star Trek movies. Can't remember his name offhand, but he was on Heroes as well.
What was it?
Nosferatu. Nosferatu. Okay. Yeah. Heroes, that was a show that had good promise that they really screwed up NBC. It was like they messed that show up badly.
Yeah, a lot of these network, like regular network shows anymore, just kind of fall flat.
Yeah. And the side set Pacific Heights, which was a great movie, I thought. Well, not great along the lines of the greatest movies you'll see, but it was a really good movie, I should say.
Yeah. That was a good one.
You learn about tenant rights in that movie.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What's John says? I used to like this beer channel, movie channel, not so much. Well, it is what it is, my friend. Todd is great. Eric is a Lions fan. Gilbert.
Well, thanks, Eric.
Let me see here. Let me see. If you had one wish, what would it be? Oh, wow.
Whew, that's deep.
In today's times.
I don't know. I can pinpoint it on just one thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. I mean,
I guess maybe for me would be, I don't know. Oh, that's a good question.
Like you want to say something like philosophical, like peace and tranquility or something, right? But it's like,
Well, it would be like a 1-1A, and it'd be like racism and like homeless people, stop that type thing too.
Yeah.
That's
like Miss Universe. I would like world peace.
Right. That's a good question.
Yeah.
That might have to be a carryover for like a Saturday night hangout or
Yeah,
something.
that's like, yeah.
Hey, ain't got enough time to get all on that right now.
Beard of Hop says you do get Hulu with the Disney subscription as well. Swami had to jump out and say, all right, Swami, thanks for swinging by. It's good to see you, brother. If I do a hangout this weekend and you're around, let me know. Definitely get you on as well. Dolly says, love Ray Donovan and Bosch. I've never saw Ray Donovan. I heard it was a really good show. I think he's on Showtime. I do have Showtime now. I should go back and start watching him.
I started watching the first 3 seasons, I think, of Ray Donovan. And it was kind of one of those where I just kind of got off on it and started watching something else. And I haven't gone back to it, but I want to. It was really good. It was really good.
Dolly says, please explain the mind frame on guys. Seem to you guys fight in an hour later, friends. Well, in the basic sense, 2 guys can have a fight to settle whatever their beef is, and then afterwards be good to go afterwards after things are cleared up too. Like,
There's no grudge after that. It's done.
It's done. It's kind of like, yeah, it could end that way for sure. I would say, guys, I don't think we carry grudges as much as like women do.
I don't think so either.
We have shit in our system. We get out of our system a lot of time too.
Just come to Duke's and
yeah,
it's over. That's it. Good.
Whiskey Throttle. Just have another sip, then it will make sense. He says, "LOL." Simmer down and have a drink, son. Nosferatu and Dracula are 2 different vampires. Yes. So, in the lore of vampires, Dracula was written as the first vampire, so to speak. Nosferatu was something down the line as a vampire as well. From my readings on stuff, I mean, it's all literature, so I think they are seen as separate characters, and people do talk about it for sure. But on the show that AMC does, it's something separate and different as well. So I'm sure I only fractured my wrist. That's all I fractured, my friend. What are you getting at with Throttle? Dolly said, I wish I was healthy, and that's it. Well, yeah, good health. I mean, yeah, that's a good thing to definitely have there.
Yeah.
Almost what I mean, it would be like I would almost like financial independence would be something along those lines as well. And that would allow you to do anything you want to do without having to worry about anything. Richie says, one wish, win a big lotto.
That'd be a good one.
Oh, Sai says, beware the genie and their wishes, or just wish for more wishes. That's a good one. I wish I had more wishes, would be my one wish.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't like your first 2. You know, you always have 3 wishes. Your first 2 do whatever, and your third wish would be like, I want 3 more wishes.
Yeah. And then Dolly says, so how come only men make wars? Well, that's probably because men are the most controlling in all the pretty much key countries that are able to do so. So it's kind of that play. But there were women that made wars in history too. You look back at some of the old regimes, like Catherine the Great and some of the other ones. There were women that had wars and stuff, but just the way it works out right now. I mean, nobody messed with Margaret Thatcher when she ran Britain. I mean, and no, you can't wish for more wishes. You didn't stipulate that, Dolly. That was not part of your stipulation. It wasn't
That's right.
print, so that would make all things possible. I wish I had more wishes. But if I need to fix the world, I need more than one. And the side says that I wish I could make more wishes and more wishes.
Wishes infinity.
Yeah. I mean, you want to have the more wishes ability so that you can create better things to make the world better, right? So, Richie says, great live stream, Rod and Todd. Cheers, brothers. Have a great night. You too, brother. And
You too, Richie.
We're going to wrap this baby up as we're here on the 12:30, halfway through the witching hour, so to speak.
Yeah,
But
some of us still have to work tomorrow.
Well, I got to get up and go to therapy. I mean, my therapy session like 11:45. My wife wakes me up.
You gotta get up. You gotta be up before noon. Okay.
She'll wake me up when she goes to work in the morning. She needs to get up like at 7 or whatever. So I'll try to fall back asleep for a little bit, but I do got to remember to set my alarm so I don't oversleep. Yeah, then I'll be back to work next week. So, but thanks for, as always, being a part of the show, Todd, and thanks for everybody in the comments. Everybody that commented tonight, some great interactions. I'll definitely love that. And hopefully you guys connected with some of the other people here in the chat. I didn't get a chance to mention, but like Whiskey Throttle, Malta to Montreal, great channels to also check out for some of the whiskey. Take a look here. Also had in here Size on his stuff. Who else? Beer to Hops that I mentioned at the top when we began everything. Do we have Whiskey Quest in here? I thought Whiskey Quest was here as well.
Paul
BA Brew News, great beer stuff there too, of course.
Drunken One
Was here earlier. So all those like people in the comments, the 3 dots next to their name, Dolly and Beanie do stuff there as well on her channel. Drewski Brewski. So, take a chance and check out some of their channels as well. Some good stuff happening. And appreciate everybody that hung out. Of course, as always, if you like what you saw, hit that like button. Of course, remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet and you're just your first time. If you want to see more of this, we do this every Thursday at 9:15 Eastern. So tonight we actually went a little bit longer, but I'm going to probably look at doing some hangouts this weekend. So if anybody wants to be involved, let me know there. Oh, we had Dad's Barbecue earlier too. So check Dad's Barbecue out as well. If you want some barbecue and beer. Sai says, I'm out of beer. So I'm out of cold beer. So it's 99.
That's on you.
And then Dolly says, I got it. I wish I could understand why Rod's wrist is really broken. Oh, it's a secret. She's one of But thanks to everybody that chimed in, everybody was involved. Look forward to catching you guys next week, if not before. And I actually switched the review schedule. So now I'm actually uploading the reviews. I was doing some different testing on the channel. So at 8:30 Eastern, the reviews. It seems like a lot of people like to watch the reviews at nighttime when I'm doing the beer reviews. So I kind of switched it from the daytime back to that. Sai says, never out of beer. And I'm a lefty. So funny. But that all being said, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Look forward to catching you guys next time. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody. Have a great Friday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.